almost ready. That's going, that's going, that's going. Uh-oh, can't forget these down here. Got those last night. Start streaming. Here we go. And good evening, Terry. What's happening? Earl, Alexander, Maximilian, Alan, Enzo, Jody, Zarnold, J-Bomb. Good evening. Stop recording. Don't need that. Don't need this. And which one are we using here today? This one? Is it this one? Let me try. That ain't the one. That ain't. Oh, that is the one. And we are almost ready to roll. Almost. Right about there. There we go. Hey, Edward, Paper Hands, what's going on? Max, Black 29, Joe, Premium, and Dalulu. Alan, Chosen One, how are you doing today? Illumerity. All right. Dan, Nuffy, Private Account. Ruben, what's going on? It's Popular Hour. Try to add a sticker. Okay, whatever. Woost, Premium, MC, Lambo, 86, Private Account. Razorback. Tracy Yeti, how's it going there, Miss Tracy? Mac Made, J-Lo 4, Enzo, Trevor, Danny, Mickey TD 80. All right. Shamaria Clark, lovely name. Cornelius. Yukon Cornelius, that's where that's from. The Christmas movie, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Yeah, Cornelius, Yukon Cornelius. Silver and gold decorations on every Christmas tree. Okay, a Hot Mustard. Nice name. Gainesville, what's going on? Jeff Dean, good evening. Seagate looks like a fun ride, but I'm sure you will say no. No, Jeff. Seagate was on our list this morning to take a look at. So let's take a gander at Seagate. Before we do that, let's say hi, hello, howdy to everybody. Jeff Dean, hold on one second. So let's get the ball rolling. It is 8:41 p.m. on the 15th of September. We're in the third month of the third quarter, which means in a couple of weeks we are officially into the fourth quarter. Can you imagine that? The fourth quarter in 2 weeks away? Holy cow, where did the year go? Whoa, and a lot is happening this year. People are losing their minds about a whole bunch of weird stuff. Anyway, let's get the ball rolling. First and foremost, my name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, where I invest in dividend stocks, specifically those companies that are consistently profitable. It's like, why would you invest your money in a company that's not consistently profitable? That one boggles my mind. Yet, not everybody, a lot of people every single night ask me about certain stocks. I take a look at their profitability and I'm thinking, what the hell are you thinking putting your money into this thing? Seriously. You should always be very intimate with where your money is. If your money's in a CD, great. You should know where that money is, who that company is, and who's holding it, and do you trust them? And then two, if you're going to invest in a company, whatever company you want to invest in, where are they? What do they do? What do they produce? Are they profitable? Are they not profitable? Do they have options? What is going on in the company? You should know. It's your money. Invested wisely. You ever hear that song? It's your money invested wisely. Well, it kind of makes sense if you think about it. So we're going to go through a bunch of stocks. You guys are going to suggest stuff for me to take a look at. Now, I have a very strict rule for what I'm doing. Okay, I like simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose strategy. And I'm looking to gain 1% every single week. That's my goal. Now, I have no idea what you guys want. I'm just telling you where I am and what I'm coming from. So if you suggest something, I'm going to give it the attention that I would if I was going to invest it myself. And I will take a look. Does it make sense to me? Well, if it doesn't make sense to me, I'm going to tell you, and it doesn't mean anything. It's just my opinion. That's all it is. I just give my opinion. I read the chart, I read the numbers, and I just put two and two together. Does that make sense or does that not? Okay? In 2008, okay, that was what, 15 years ago? No, 2008. Holy cow. Quite a ways ago. 17 years ago. Is that right? 17 years ago? 18 years ago? My 9-year-old daughter says, Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? So my 9-year-old wants to learn how to invest in the stocks. And most adults don't get it. Most adults just stay away from it. They just give their money to someone else. Say, hey, you do it. I don't want to deal with it. You do it. Well, that's what most people do. Well, does that make sense for you? Are you actually seeing what these people are offering you? So you give your money to a money manager. What are they doing with it? That's a valid question. What are they doing with it? Well, that's going to be based on your risk parameters. What are you okay with? What are you not okay with? So if they put their money here, here, and here, and you say, okay, I could do that too. I mean, if you see, you actually can go look at all the ETFs out there. You can take a look at the number one ETFs that are selling, and you can see exactly the managers where they are putting their money, and what are they offering you at the end of the year. Well, all that information is available to you to look at. So why can't you just look over their shoulder and see what they're doing? Well, if they're investing in Microsoft, why can't you do it yourself? Because you are going to get a better return than they are. Now, I understand they're professionals, supposedly, but if you listen to some of these professionals and what they tell you after the fact, you ever listen to Susie Orman? When she first started, she says, yeah, I sold a lot of crap to a lot of good people. She admitted she sold crap to people. Why? Because the management wants you to sell a certain product because they get commissions and they get sales on that. Well, that's not your best interest. Your best interest is what is best for you, not what the manager says, hey, we need to up the sales. We need to kick in some commissions. I really need that vacation for me and my wife, so you get to selling. That's what they're doing. They're not taking into consideration what is best for you. So you get two choices when you get to my age. Now, you might retire early or you might retire later, depending on your situation. I retired at 59. Not because I'm glamorous or wonderful or anything like that. No, I worked hard for what I got. I had my first job in 1974, 73, 74, somewhere in that area. The older you get, the more you forget. You like that? The older you get, the more you forget. It is what it is. I'm 61. Okay, not the sharpest knife in the drawer anymore. But, I'll give you a good run for your money. Not the point. Point is, what is right for you and what is right for me aren't going to be the exact same. I have a certain way of doing things. I'm looking for simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. I don't want to sit in front of the computer all day. I'm honest with you. If I'm losing, I'll tell you where I lost on. If I make a stupid mistake, I'm going to tell you. But my goal is that 1% every single week. And I try to get that every week. Now, I have to admit 3 or 4 times this year, I didn't hit 1% in a week. Now, there are weeks I got 5, 6, 7%, but nobody looks at the good weeks. They always look at the bad ones. Oh, you didn't do good. Besides the point. So let's get on track, see what we're doing, see where we're heading. Okay, so number 1, never buy something you don't understand. If you don't know what they do, no matter what the chart looks like, no matter what the numbers look like, they may look great. If you don't know what they do or what service they provide, why are you putting your money there? Okay, so anyway, the strategy for my 9-year-old had 5 criteria I had to overcome. It had to be simple. She's only 9 years old. It had to be safe. Okay, the profits have to be consistent, has to be predictable, and it has to be no way that she can lose. So the 5th one, people always get their panties in a twist on that one. No way to lose. Well, let me explain it to you so it might make sense. Can I join and copy your trades? Tom, good morning or good evening or wherever you are. How you doing? Sure you can, Tom. Just take a look at what I'm trading and do the same thing if that's what you want. Now, I'm not giving you advice. I'm not telling you what to do. I'll let you look over my shoulder and see what I'm doing, but I won't tell you what to do. All right, so for the 9-year-old, simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose. Now, when I say no way to lose, okay, I was born in the 60s, brought up in the 70s and 80s, okay? We saw certain things. How do you make 1% a week? Levi, how are you doing today? Sit, chill, relax. I'm here until 11. I'll explain everything. Like a good movie, everything comes together at the end. Right now, I'm just doing the introduction, saying hi, hello to everybody. Sit tight. Tom, what time do you make your trades? What time is it? 9, 12 hours ago. Most of my trades are done Monday morning because Monday morning to Friday afternoon is the maximum amount of time you're going to get on a week. Let me finish my story. When I say no way to lose, what do I mean specifically by that? Okay? I personally cannot imagine a world where Coca-Cola is no longer available. Okay? Coca-Cola, they've been in business for over 140 years. I don't think they're going anywhere. Jawless, do me a favor. I like it. Okay, thank you very much for liking. Once is perfectly fine. I do appreciate it. Wildcat, how you doing, Wildcat Sam? So anyway, I can't, for some strange reason, imagine a world where Coca-Cola is no longer available. Pepsi, same thing. Can you imagine waking up one day and all of a sudden Pepsi was gone and Coca-Cola was gone? Now, don't get me wrong, Ford, General Motors, Chrysler, they've all had their issues over the years, but they're still here. They're still employing thousands upon thousands of people. They're still making cars. All three of them have been around for over 100 years. Okay? Some of these companies have been around for generations and will be here long after I'm gone. That's what I mean by no way to lose. So if you only invest in companies that have been here and will always be here, more than likely, you're not going to lose. Unless, of course, you sell it for less than you paid for it. And then that's on you. Okay, so if I buy, what are we looking at? Riley. If I buy Riley at 648, and for the rest of my days, Riley is still here. Okay, still here 20, 30 years from now. And I never, ever, ever sell for less than 648. Do I ever lose? No. When I'm done and gone, if Riley tanks then, well, there's no way that I can lose because I personally refuse to sell for less than what I paid for it. Okay, rule 1, never buy something you don't understand. Rule 2, never sell at a loss. It just doesn't make sense. Rule 3, this is the one that always gets me. Make sure the company is consistently profitable. Now, for me, I like 2 decades of profitability. That's 20 years. 20, not 2, not 4, not 7, not 12, not 15, 20, because it makes sense. Just sells calls. Okay, yeah, absolutely, little 5. Rule 4, weekly options only. Now, when you signed on this evening, you probably saw the headline of the show, Dividend Stock Talk. Well, we talk about companies that have dividends. Well, that's kind of obvious. Well, the subtitle, investing and, wait a minute, dividend investing for weekly cash flow. Now, I don't know about you guys. Now, some people nowadays get paid every 2 weeks. Well, I suppose you could do that. But when I grew up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, we get paid on Friday. Well, it kind of makes sense, right? You go to work Monday morning, you get to enjoy the weekend on Friday. So great. You get your money on Friday and you enjoy your weekend. Then Monday, you go back at it again. Well, I'm doing the exact same thing, except nowadays, instead of going to work and actually, what you call it, elbow grease or swinging a hammer, sweeping a floor, or whatever job you do, I show up on my computer at 9 a.m. And you guys, some of you get to watch exactly what I do. That's what I do for work. That's my work nowadays. I take the money that I have, I make some simple, safe, predictable trades to get that 1% a week. That's what I'm looking for. That's my job. That's it. 15, 20 minutes a day. I get up and I manage my own account. And then every morning, I just take a look. What did I buy? What did I sell? What's it at now? Where's it going? What does it mean? And then I decide what to do next. Because I'm going to quote John F. Kennedy here. We cannot answer the questions of tomorrow with the information we possess today. So the trades I made this morning, Monday morning, I'll have no idea what's going to happen to those until Friday afternoon. But I am going to look tomorrow morning. I am going to look Wednesday morning. I am going to look Thursday morning because it gives me an idea. Think of it like a garden, planting a bunch of tomatoes. Well, every day I want to water them and I want to take the weeds out. Same thing at the end of the week. I got something to show for it. That's what I'm doing, 1% a week. Okay, so Jeff wants to take a look at Seagate. First one on the list. Why not? Little 5, you're right. Just puppies and rainbows. Can you repeat the rules again? Yep, here we go. You ready? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Number 1, never buy something you don't understand or you don't want to hold on to. Number 2, never sell at a loss. Number 3, make sure the company's consistently profitable. Number 4, weekly options only. And number 5, make sure all the numbers work. Now, as the night progresses, we're only here till 11. I'm actually going to do some trades so you actually see exactly what I do. So I'm not going to hide anything for you. And I'm going to let you know now, I promise, I guarantee, I will not try to sell you anything. I won't. I'm not going to say, hey, do you mind if I show you my new book? It's up for sale. No, no, no. I'm not going to do that. All I'm doing here is just showing you what I do. If you want to buy something, that's on your own. We all know how it works. You go to my profile, you go to my webpage, blah, blah, blah. You know all that crap. I'm not going to do that. I hate it when people do that. Say, hey, come on to the webinar. Let's show you some stuff. Well, great. At the end of the night, they throw you a pitch. Well, for $3,500, you can come and join. No, I'm not going to do that. You can do this on your own. As a matter of fact, there's a whole bunch of people that've been following and then just do it on their own. Okay, I'm here if you want paid to be part of my stuff. Yeah, that's fine. But it's not what I'm asking you to do. I'm just asking you open mind and then ask yourself the question, does it make sense? Is what this bonehead saying makes sense? It either does or it doesn't. Okay. If it doesn't make sense, well, you probably shouldn't be here. You're just wasting your time. Now, if you're looking to buy a stock and have it shoot through the roof so you can retire next week, you're in the wrong place. That's not what I do. Okay, so I honestly, and I don't know how to express it to people for them to understand without me repeating myself. You see how the stock goes up, down, up, down, up, down? I honestly don't care. My concerns are simple. Is the company consistently profitable? It's a yes, no question. Okay? Do they have weekly options? It's a yes, no question. There's no debate about it. Either they do or they don't. Either they're profitable or they aren't. It's simple questions. It was created for a 9-year-old, and I don't know why some people don't understand that. 9 years old. How smart were you when you were 9? Not me. I barely got through school. I purposely tried to fail school so that I could stay. I had a blast in high school. I did. Anyway, that's besides the point. So here we are. We're going to take a look at the stocks. You guys are to suggest. And then I'm going to tell you what I think. And it's just my opinion. That's all it is. Frithapal. I can't even read that name. Wildcat, what's going on? It's Ben. Ben, how you doing, brother? Ben's been trading with me for a while. And he's been doing pretty good. Hello. Okay, we'll take a look at Boeing in a little bit. David said hi. Balkowski would be devastated. I have no idea what that means. Look, hey man pattern. I don't even do that. Dylan, we need recession protection or it's not safe in this high recession probable time. Okay, I'm going to agree with you there, Dylan. Pick a company that you think is going to be around even if everything goes to crap. You got to put your money somewhere. Where are you going to put it? All right, so let's get going. First one on the list is going to be Mr. Jeff. Wants to take a look at STX, Seagate. Seagate, STX, STX. Now, I always do the same rigmarole all the time. Hell no! How do you like that one? He said it's not going to be, yeah. Sorry, dude. Why? Ask yourself, Jeff, seriously. No, you may dislike Seagate. I like Seagate. Unfortunately, this is not the time for buying. Let's get my pen. Here we go, right here. Okay, why would you want to buy at an all-time high? Explain to me, in you small words, I didn't go to college, why you think buying at the absolute high of the year is a good idea. Me, I'll take a look at it and say, all right, not bad, interesting. Now wait for profit, taking this thing to drop back down before I jump in. Because I like Seagate, I do, but I don't like it buying it at the high of the year. Now maybe there's another trading strategy to make money off of this, but buying it, no, not for me. I don't buy it at the high, it just doesn't make sense. Sorry, Jeff, but you're right. He was right. He said, I'm sure you will say no. Not that I don't like Seagate, Jeff. It's just that it's not the right time to buy. That's all that means. Okay? So let's keep on going. Jeff. All right. All right. What else we have? GC. What's happening in Canada? How's it doing? Niculator. How you doing? TikToker back again. Brian C. Tony. Tugboat. Laughin' Gassin. Okay. Wayne. Instafunk. Okay. Interesting names. Chet wants to take a look at SOLV. Thomas, I want to start investing. Just wanted to ask if mutual funds are worth investing in 2025. Not sure where to start, though. It's all confusing. Thomas, I can't help you out with whether or not mutual funds are good or bad. I don't do mutual funds because I haven't seen a single mutual fund that offers over 25%. Why not learn to do it yourself? It's just a thought. Take a look at the mutual funds. Where are they putting the money? Because the mutual fund manager is required to tell you where the money's going. So you take whatever mutual fund you think is good, okay? Take a look at what they are investing in. And then why don't you just do the exact same thing they're doing, but you control it? It's interesting if you think about it. Okay. Love your show. Can you tell us if you traded any stocks that you mentioned or wrote down yesterday? Yeah, I bought some Dow today. I bought some TSLL. I bought some, what else did I buy? I bought some Riley. Don't ask me why. Same, bro. Alrighty. All right. Ooh, somebody wants to take a look at Target. Oh, got some questions over here. Boeing. Yep. Let's take a look at Boeing. We'll take a look at Boeing. What was the other one? Oh, SOLV. I don't even know what SOLV is. It's a no is what it is. Who came up with that one? Chet. Thank you for that, Chet. But look at this. September, October, December, January. Those are months of the year. That means this particular stock has monthly options. Rule number 4, weekly options only. I can't get weekly cash flow from a company that has monthly options, which means I can only trade it once a month. What the hell do I want to do that for? My bills come due every week, okay? And I want a paycheck every week. Not once a month, every week. So solve SOLV, no. What if I hit the wrong button and bid? Everybody does it. Don't think if you hit the wrong button that you're weird or you're wrong. Everyone does it. I did it 4 times this year. 4 times once I was live. I was actually live once in a morning trading group with all the people paying to watch me make a mistake. Hit the wrong button. Say, oh, dude, that was $2,500. I hit the wrong button and lost $2,500 because I hit the wrong button. It happens. Okay, get used to that fact. If you are not actually perfect with your little fingertips, at some point you will hit the wrong button. Okay, I don't know what to say to that. Everyone does it. My alternate. Okay, Jokester Johnson & Johnson. Roger, do you always go long, no puts? Every once in a while, Edward, I will do a cash secured put. Actually, I did a cash secured put this morning, but I don't talk about that here. I'm giving away. I'm not asking for anything in return. I'm giving you a strategy created for a 9-year-old. So it's simple to get 1% every week. Now, I don't know if you like 1% a week. I know you like 50% per year, but you're not going to get 50% per year without doing something to earn it. Okay, I don't know why people think there's such a thing as a free lunch. There isn't. Okay, someone has to pay somewhere down the line. So the trading strategy, simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. That's over 50% per year. If you're okay with that, great. Do the work. It's actually that simple. You get up in the morning, the bed does not make itself. You get up in the morning, you don't, the clothes you put on don't actually wash themselves. Okay? The rugs in your house don't actually clean themselves. Your house doesn't actually clean itself. You actually have to do work for what you want in life. There is no such thing as a free ride. And you may say, wait a minute, oxygen is free, breathing is free. No, it's not, because you have to take care of your body, because if you don't, eventually it will stop also. To everything. Everything you can possibly imagine has a cost basis to it. You think a sunrise is free? No. You got to get your, I was trying to think of a pleasant way of saying get your skinny little ass to where the sunrise is going to be, or the sunset's going to be. You actually have to bring yourself to it. Everything has a cost, no matter how great, no matter how small. Nothing is free. You want 50% per year? Great, work for it. You want this? Great, work for it. Decide. That's the first thing. And the funniest thing is the decision takes less than 1/10 of a second. You can change your mind. You can decide in 1/10 of a second, even less than 1/10 of a second. The hard part is living with the decision. If you want to do this, great. Now you have to live with the decision and you have to do the work. It's actually that simple. Justin, do you have a private chat link? Yes, I do. I have a question about covered calls on stocks that are way down from the cost or blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right. Justin, I always tell people, if you want to have a conversation, send me your phone number. I will give you a call. Now, I do have Calendly. You set up a calendar. You set up a time, and I'll give you a buzz. And we'll just chat. And I can guarantee you I'm not going to try to sell you anything. I'm just going to answer some questions. Because I like to know what people think. I like to know what can I do to improve. What am I not saying that I need to? See, I want to hear those kind of things. Because I think it is a travesty. I think it is a sin to take all the knowledge you could collect over the years and take it with you to the grave. I think that's a terrible thing to do. So at this point in my life, I'm trying to share everything I know and pass it along to my children and my grandchildren. And you guys just so happen to be here to witness it. Go along for the ride, hitchhiker, fly on the wall, that type of thing. All right, so SOLV, no. Jokester wants to take a look at Johnson & Johnson. Now, don't get me wrong. Johnson & Johnson's been in business for over 100 years. They have been consistently profitable for over 5 decades. Well, don't get me wrong. I'm not even going to bother looking at the numbers because I've seen this so many times. The current price, 177. The 177.50 is going for 131. It's not 1%. Now, if you're okay with 0.75%, what is that, 35% a year? If you're okay with that, Johnson & Johnson's your guy. Not for me, because it doesn't give me 1%. I think I've only bought it once in 30 years. That's it. Johnson & Johnson bought it once. Coca-Cola, I've only bought twice in 30 years. Because the numbers just don't work. CMG, Gooch Gobbler. I'm kind of curious why your parents named you that. CMG. Isn't that Chipotle? Why are we looking at Chipotle? But hey, you like Chipotle? Not a problem. Take a quick look. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down. What's going on right here? Looks like it found a bottom 2-3 days ago. If you like Chipotle. Now, Chipotle doesn't have dividends. Yes, I bought Chipotle once because everything was screaming, buy me, buy me, buy me, profit, profit, profit. I only had it for 2 or 3 weeks. That's it. Get in, profit, 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 gone. That's it. So let's take a look. If you like Chipotle. Now, it's not advice. It's not a tip. All it is an observation. Anyone can do it. You take a look at the chart. Where's the high? Where's the low? Where was it? Where is it moving? Okay, great. What's the current price? All right, fine. What does it look like over here? Oh, great. Wonderful. It looks good. That doesn't mean it's, go out and buy it. That's not what it means at all. It's just saying that it looks good. Ginger tea with honey. It's good for the vocal cords, unless somebody knows something else better for the vocal cords. I'm not used to talking so much. Believe it or not, I'm not used to talking so much. I was very shy growing up, kept to myself. Yeah, when that didn't work out, it's like, throw yourself in front of a crowd and just say it. What's the worst that can happen? All right, so Chipotle. We already did that, okay. And the numbers right here, 38.58. The 38.50 is going for 63 cents. That's not quite 2%, but it is over 1.5% if you're okay with that. Okay, well, let's take a deeper dive into Chipotle. A year ago, 57.26. Shoots on up for the high of the year, 66.68. And that was in the beginning of December last year. Okay, well, look at the last 90 days, the last 3 months. high, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this, up, down, big drop, sideways drop. Now here we are here. Okay, do you see this area right there? That's what I want you to look at. Let's zoom into that a little bit closer, the last 30 days. Now, why do I like the last 30 days? Because the last 30 days gives me a good idea of where I think it's going next. That's just my opinion. That's it, just my opinion. So you get your 30-day high here, your 30-day bottom right here. Now, this is what I like personally. You have to figure out your own, okay? You can use mine if you want, but this is just mine. It's not written in stone anywhere. 30-day high, argue all you want, that's the 30-day high. End of discussion. That's what it is. Terribly sorry. 30-day bottom, Thursday. Friday was higher. Today was higher. Is it the bottom of the year for Chipotle? Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Now you get a tough decision. If you think this is the bottom of the year, remember, when you're investing in the stock market, you buy low, you sell high. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot get any lower than the low of the year, if that's the low of the year. So we have 2 days to the upside. Friday's higher, and today was higher. Not by much, but still higher. Higher is higher no matter which way you look at it. Okay, whether it's $1, whether it's 1 penny, higher is still higher. So anyway, here's the bottom right there. Now she's going up. Now I like 2 days to the upside. We already have that. The third day, which would be tomorrow in this case, because this is today, this is Friday, this is Thursday. Let's zoom in a little bit closer so you get a better look. Now, for those of you who don't know, those of you that are new here, this screen here is live on YouTube. So if you cannot see it on your iPhone or your iPad or whatever you're watching on, you can go in the other room, pull up your big screen TV. You know that big monster you got? I got me a 70. I wanted a 90 or 100, but it wasn't quite right. The deal they had at Amazon is like, oh yeah, for $300, I'll get a 70. Why not? It was only $300, and they delivered it. They delivered it. They called me up and said, hey, I'm bringing up your TV. I said, okay, come on down. So they actually called me up, telling me they would deliver it. Like $300 for a 70. It's like, okay, I'll take it. Anyway, so go in the other room, your big screen TV, pull it up. It's on YouTube. Links in the bio. Okay. So for those you don't know, 9 channels. We got live streaming on 9 different channels. So whatever channel you're on, each channel has a bio, which tells you everything you need to know about me, or everything you should know. Okay. So if you do your research, you'll see that I've been online for, oh my God, quite a while. Okay, there's nowhere for me to hide anymore because I've been around so much. All right, so anyway, here's the current price, $38.58. Well, if I think this is the bottom, now she's going up. Well, I'm going to buy it here, and then I'm going to sell this one. I'm going to collect this, and that's over 1%. We're actually going to do a trade right now, so you see how, what's that? Jules, thank you, Jules. You actually see how it works. So remember rule 1? Never buy something you don't want to own. Now, I only bought Chipotle once because everything looked good. It's kind of like this right now. If this is the bottom and it is bounced off, well, the last time I did, the market maker was offering 4%. He's only offering 2 today. 2. Well, 2's not bad, but I bought it. It was 4%. And that's the only reason I bought it, because I don't buy Chipotle because they don't have dividends. But somebody asked, so I'll take a look at it. All right, so let's get rid of this. We're going to change this to covered stock like that. And remember, we said the 3850s right there, 3850s. Now, I'm just going to show you one contract so you understand what one is. Because once you understand how much one costs and how much one actually gives you the profit, then you decide, well, can I get 5? Can I get 72? Because we're all different. We all have a different amount. I'm pretty sure, like anywhere between, we got some noise in the background. Who's that? Who's making the noise? The Zoom user. Mute that one. And iPhone T7, gonna mute that one. If you guys over here on Zoom, if you got a question, just unmute yourself and ask. Just blurt it out. At least I'll have someone to talk to. Oh, see, I got distracted. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, so if you understand what one costs, then you decide, well, can I get 1, 5, 7, 12, 73, 86, whatever. No, every night, anywhere between 10 and 30,000 people will come through one of these 9 channels. If you add them all up, about 30,000 people. We're all different. We all have a different amount of money in our accounts. We all have different goals. We're all at a different age. We all have different risk factors. You have to decide what is right for you. I'm just showing you what I do. It's not gospel. It's not written in stone. It's just what works for me. That's it. It works for me. You have to decide, okay, is Bonehead actually truthful? Is what he's saying make sense or not? It either makes sense or it doesn't. Oh, somebody wants to take a look at Zim. Uh-oh, Target. Uh-oh, whoa, wait a minute. I'm missing these questions over here. Ben said he's doing great. Way to go, Ben. All right. So let's do this one, and then you'll see what it looks like, what it sounds like, and you can decide 1, 2, 5, 7, 33, whatever, however many you can afford comfortably, if it makes sense. See, my number one thing I want you to take away from this, number one question I want you to take away after I sign off tonight. Does it make sense? Well, if you follow the rules, never buy something you don't want to own, or, make sure you understand the company. Number 2, never sell at a loss. Number 3, is the company profitable consistently? Weekly options numbers, those are okay, but does that make sense? It either makes sense or it doesn't. Either it's too complicated or it's not. Either it's something you can do and want to do or it's not. And don't think you're going to offend me, because I'm a Gen Xer. There's absolutely nothing you can do or say that's going to get a rise out of me. It's going to offend me. Okay, I grew up. There was no safe spots. Okay, if something ever happened, rub some dirt on it, walk it off. Don't be a pansy. You're going to cry, I'll give you a reason to cry. That's the type of world that I grew up in. So if you think you can say something or do something that's going to offend me, yeah, you could dig really deep. So, what the hell? This is the second time I've seen that. Max profit, always loss. What the hell does that mean? That doesn't make me happy. I've only seen that twice. Is that a clue? Don't buy Chipotle. All right, so if I'm buying Chipotle, let's bump it up to 39. All right, 39, one contract. All right. Oh, I'm going to say hell no before I even go on any further. Maximum profit, $12. It's cost me 38. Hell no, I can tell her it's on my head. $12 profit off of 38, almost a $4,000 investment. Hell no. $12 divided by 3,800 equals 0.03. Why the hell would I want to do that? So the 39s are a no. Oh, I like the 3850s. What's wrong with the freaking 3850s? Always loss. All right, I'm going to say no to Chipotle only because this is just, if I want to buy at 38.58, selling at 38.50, okay, 38.50, says always lost. What the hell does that mean? Why the hell would I want to do that? So I'm going to say no to Chipotle. Sorry. What do we have next? Is this pre-recorded? Chad, I love it when people ask me questions if it's recorded or not. See, I came on today and say, hey, it is the 15th of September and it is 9:17 p.m. And yes, this is pre-recorded. How the hell can I pre-record it and actually give you the actual time? That boggles my mind. And it's not the first time. I have 9 different channels, which means I have to concentrate on 9 different, well, only 6 different screens, because the 3 or 4 down here, I have no idea. I feel bad for the guys on these channels down here, because I got 6 iPhones, because I'm old school. I'm not bragging, I'm just telling you facts. I am old school. You want me to learn the software? Yeah, no. It's easier for me just to go buy a phone, turn it on, and hit send. That's so much easier than trying to figure out this damn software. And you know what? I figured out software before, and then they go freaking change it. I'm terribly sorry. I'm not a millennial. I'm not a Gen Z. I don't want to learn something new all the time. See, I come from the time frame. If it works, leave it the heck alone. I get more colorful words, but inappropriate at times. If it's working fine, leave it alone. I had a podcast for 4 years, over 900 episodes. And then one day they said, you know what? We're going to start charging you now. I said, oh, hell no. See, I don't like when people do that. If you're giving me something free, great. Let it be free for the rest of my life. You can't say, all right, we're just going to give you a taste. Now we're going to charge you. Yeah, I just don't do that. I don't know why people play that game. All right. But look at these companies he mentioned. They've been through a couple of recessions. Wildcat, you're absolutely right. Doing great, thank you, blah, blah, blah. Do you personally have a site to learn some of these suggestions? Absolutely. Uh-oh, Little Five wants to take a look at University of New Hampshire. It's not the real name. I just like calling it that because I'm from New England. And New Hampshire is like right there. UNH. That's why I see that. University of New Hampshire. It's a funny, you want to hear a funny story? I went to look at a car to buy, all right? Right on the side. Okay, see, you got to understand how I grew up and where I grew up. Okay, some guys will get just like that. Some women maybe get it. But we take a look at the car, and there's a big, decal on the side. And it said TNA. And on the seats, it was embroidered TNA. See, some of you guys know exactly where I went with that. And I said, no, we can't have this. Because, yeah. So we had to go with another car because I just couldn't get past the stigma. Like, don't think of the color blue. Look, I'm wearing a blue shirt. No, don't think of the color blue. No, don't think of the color blue. You have no other choice in the matter but to think of the color. Anyway. All right, CMG is going to be a no. It just doesn't look right. And no, this is not pre-recorded. FUBO. Henef, what is FUBO? Let's bring up the chart. Dun, da, da, da. FUBO. FUBO. Fubu TV. Now, I'm going to say no to this one only because last year it was below $1. How can this company have 20 years, 2 decades of consistent profitability and only be under $1 last year? Would you do a 3% premium, but the strike price is 3 weeks out? Why and why not? Gabriel, 3% premium. Yep, I hear what you're saying. 3 weeks out. That's still 1% per week. So you can do the strategy every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, every 4 weeks. If every 2 weeks you get 2% every 2 weeks. 3% every 3 weeks, yeah, if you want to do it every 3 weeks. But you got to remember, stocks move quite a bit in that 2-3 week period. Okay. Here's FOBO, 3 weeks. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's 3 weeks. That's 3 weeks. Down, up, down, up, down. You can do. I choose weekly, and the reason I choose weekly because 5 days is easy for me. Okay, you can do monthlies, but you have to plan. Where is it going to be in 30 days? This is 3 weeks. The low is $3.50. The high is $4.40. Now you may think that's not a lot, but the difference between $3.50 and $4.40 is almost 30%. That's a big move. 30% in 3 weeks. Your bottom here shoots up 30%, drops, and then shoots back up again. Anything you decide to do, you have to decide, is it right for you? Does it make sense for you? Because after all, the only person you have to impress or agree with is the guy in the mirror or the girl in the mirror, whatever it may be. I'm an equal opportunity person. Triple M wants to take a look at Robinhood. Now, I don't do Robinhood only because it hasn't been around for 20 years. Same thing. It was at $20 a year ago. Okay, 100%, 200%, 300%, 400%, 500%, 500% increase in 1 year. Well, that's awesome. not what I'm looking to do, because see, if I bought this a year ago, now it's up 500%. Great. But how do I pay my bills on a weekly basis when I see this thing shoot up? Because if I don't have cash flow, I don't pay my bills. And that's perfectly okay for someone who is in the position wanting capital growth. I'm not looking for capital growth. If you're looking for capital growth, you're definitely in the wrong place. Okay? Because I'm 61. My money has to work for me. Has to. Either that or I go out and get another job. I have no desire to do that. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I don't want to work. I still work. I just don't get paid for it. You know, I work with my kids. I work with my mother. I work with, the people in my neighborhood. They need something done. Great, I'll help out. I did my 50 years, literally 50 years. I'm 61. My first job was in 1974, Old Man Simmons Farm. I worked every day, almost every day of my life until recently. Actually, I'm still working. I didn't do anything. I went to the dentist today. That's it. Next, Target. Gina B, Target. TGT. Oh, another reason why I'm not going to do Robinhood. It's at the high of the year. Why would I buy at the high of the year? Okay, if you got, see, what boggles my mind is when never buy something you don't understand or you don't want to buy. Well, if you understand it, okay, and you know it's at the high of the year, why are you suggesting me to take a look at it? Because it's doing nothing but wasting our time. We could be looking at something that is perfectly set up. Robinhood's not. That other one, what was it? Hold on a second. Seagate. Great company, really is. But when Seagate is in the right position and it looked good to jump into, great. Tell me that one. Because it's 10,000. Okay, we didn't check this week. We're going to check in a minute. I check every single week, see how many stocks they've added. Okay, so last week there was 10,371. So for the fun of it, before we do Target, let's go check it out so we can find out how many new stocks did they check. Can you do Rich Tex Robotics? Isaiah, you got to give me the ticker symbol because you're making the assumption I actually know who the heck that company is. I don't. All right, let's go here. Let's go here. And let's go to FinViz, right there, FinViz. Financialvisualizations.com gives you a lot of information about stocks. But this is what I want to see, okay? Every week the number changes. Remember I said 10,371? No. 10,400 this week. So they've added 29 new companies just last week. Between last Sunday and today, they've added more companies. So now we have 10,400. So there's no possible way I can get intimate with 10,400 different companies. Just can't do it. Just doesn't make sense. So when you guys offer me to take a look at something, can you please make sure it fits? Does it have weekly options? Is it consistently profitable? You know, that's not too much to ask for. All right, anyway, FinViz, I like to use it, but I don't use it that often because once I get the information I need, there's no real need to go back and look again. Okay, so every once in a while, when I see a good stock I want to invest in, I do take a look at the fundamentals. Are they profitable? What's their earnings per share? What's their book value? What's the cash flow look like? Greg Kunkel, how are you today? Coming in. I'm going to mute you, buddy, because I don't want the noise in the background. All right. Oh, questions. Do we have any questions? Questions? No questions? Come on, guys. None. All right. Main chat. Okay, nothing in the main chat. All right. I saw some questions earlier. I guess I answered. Okay, so Target. We're looking at Target now. I don't know who said that one. Who suggested Target? Okay, Target, Gina B. Where is Gold D? Roger okay, I have no idea. OMG. OMG. People don't listen to the rules. Yep. What's your thoughts on Rocket Lab? Has not been around 20 years, not profitable. Why? Okay, it's a simple rule. Why would you know what? I really honestly, don't take this wrong. I really honestly don't care what you do. But why are you wasting everyone else's time? When I say I don't want to look at companies that aren't consistently profitable, why is there always someone said, hey, I know you said no, but let's look at it anyway. Anyway, Target, been in business for over 100 years. They are a dividend king, which means, like it or not, 5 decades or more of consistent profitability. So they fits perfectly. It's just not the right time. Look, it's at the bottom. Now that's good and bad because we are looking for a new bottom, okay? 30-day high, 30-day bottoms today. That doesn't mean that's actually the bottom because you need to have something to compare it to. Well, it's the bottom at the moment. Now tomorrow you get 2 choices, 2 probabilities. Door number 1 or door number 2. Johnny, tell him what he's won. Well, Bill, door number 1, the stock's going to go down and keep going down to the tops. Door number 2, it's going to stop and it's going to go back up again. That's it. There's no other choice. It's either going to go down further. Well, actually, there's 3. It's going to go down further or it's going to go up or it's going to stay exactly where it is. That's it. 3. Door number 3. What's behind door number 1? Anyway. So I like Target, I do, but you got to be careful with Target because they have what's called black swans. This is not one. This is just a gap down. A black swan is when there's a big, huge move. I lost $26,000 once on Target because it jumped, I think it was 26 points overnight. The market maker got some good news and big, huge gap. They call that a black swan. When it's so big, it's called a black swan because you don't see them that often. They don't happen all the time. But Target is notorious for it. Okay, so be careful around earnings time with Target because the market maker over exaggerates things. Okay, there are some videos showing you the exaggeration of market maker and what it actually means because some people think gap down, it's just a gap down. That's all it is. No, it's not. It's an opportunity for the market maker to make a whole bunch of money because when the market maker gaps down, see these blue things down here? That's volume. Okay. Normal. Look at this day right here, the gap down. Look at that volume. That's like 4 times the amount. Here's the average volume right there. This day right there, 4 times the amount of volume. Now, people don't think much about it, but if you follow the money. Remember that? Follow the money. Okay, wait a second. I want to show you this because this is cool. Most people don't really pay attention to it. First thing you need to know, bid and ask. Bid, ask. The difference between the bid and the ask, let me see if I can explain it to you in simple terms. You go to the corner store, 7-Eleven, Quick Stop, Quickie Mart, Circle K, whatever. There's a store right around the corner. People call it the corner store, whatever it is. Now, the market maker, he's the owner of the store. Same thing in the stock market. The market maker is the owner of the store. Just, get those 2 similar, okay? Now, if you go to the corner store and get a gallon of milk, let's say you're paying $3.50 for it. Well, the market maker doesn't buy it for $3.50. He buys it for $3. He buys it from $3 from the farmer. You cannot buy it from the farmer. You can only buy it from the corner store, the market maker. So he buys it for $3. He sells it to you for $3.50. His profit is 50 cents for each gallon he sells. So keep that in mind when I show you this example. The market maker makes the difference between the buying and the selling, the bid and the ask. Okay? What you can buy it for, what you can sell it for. It's called the spread. That's what the market maker makes. Now, on average, with a stock kind of like Target, it's usually 1, 2, 3 cents. Well, let's go with 2 cents for argument's sake, so everybody's on the same page. Now, we're going to go to charts. And we want to look at all the charts for Target. So I can show you this example. All right, you ready? You might want to get your calculator out. Now, see this little green dot? The green dot is dividends. The blue is earnings. The red is conference call. Okay? So, earnings comes out stock goes down. Earnings comes out, stock goes sideways. Earnings comes out, stock goes down. Look at this one. Earnings comes out, stock drops. This is what we want to look at. That's what's called a black swan. Now, you may think nothing of it, but here we go. Remember the blue lines I told you on the bottom? Okay, here's the blue lines down here. That's volume. That's how many shares trade on a daily basis. That will give you an idea of what the market maker makes on a daily basis. So for Target, the average volume every day is right around 7 million shares a day. So if the market maker is making 2 cents per share, work with me on this one. We'll look at the math. You're going to say, holy shit. You clear this, 2 cents. Okay, 0.02, that's 2 cents, multiplied by 7 million, because remember, 7 million shares trade every day. Okay, multiplied by 7 million. 7 million, the market maker makes, on average, $140,000 a day. Now, you might think that's great. No, they live in New York City. They have huge rates. And anyway, it is what it is. So the market maker makes $140,000 a day. On average, every single day. Now, 5 words. Are you ready for these 5 words? Okay, this is going to blow your mind. 5 words. We didn't hit our target. That's it. The market maker gets that little email in the morning. Yo, dude, we didn't hit our target. 5 words. We didn't hit our target. Let's see what those 5 words are actually worth. Are you ready? Let's move this out of the way. Let's zoom in. Oh, we need to zoom in. Yeah, we'll zoom in. Why not? Okay, so the average is 7 million. See it, the average. Look at this date right here. Okay? You got that message. We didn't hit our target, stock drops. Didn't drop. Okay, there's 5 numbers. Every time we trade, there's 5 numbers every day. The opening price, the high of the day, the low of the day, the close of the day, and the volume. 5 numbers every single day. Only one of those 5 numbers is controlled. You ready for this? One number is controlled by one person. That is the market maker. He wakes up in the morning, he's happy, his wife makes him a nice breakfast, and he's all sunshine and happy, and he's having a good day. Great. What if he's having a bad day? We didn't hit our target. Boom! He decides to open it up way down here. It's his decision only. Well, let's call it her decision, because equal opportunity. We're going to blame men. We might as well blame women too. There's probably female market makers. There might be. I don't know. Personally, don't care. But let's look at the facts. Facts are facts. I love facts. I do. Average, 7 million, $140,000 a day. So what happens? We didn't hit our target. You ready? Right there. 65 million shares. 7 million on an average day. Market maker says, oh, you know what? I'm going to drop it. Now, did he do that on purpose? Yes, he did. Why? Maybe he needs a new yacht. Maybe he needs to add a whole wing to his mansion in the Hamptons. I don't know. I really don't care. All I know is we didn't hit our target. Big drop down. Now let's see how much he made on that one day. Okay, we'll still take the same equation, 2 cents per share, but now 65 million shares. Whoops. Multiplied by 65 million shares. 1.3 million. So, market maker makes an average every day, 150,000. This one day, everybody's panicking. We didn't hit our target, stock drops. People buying, people selling. Now, are those people buying or selling? Stock dropped from 155 to 130. It's a $20 drop. That is a black swan. What happens there? Well, 65 million shares traded. Market maker walks away with 1.3 million. What happened in the company? Absolutely nothing. Okay? The CEO did not get on the phone and said, hey, we didn't hit our target. Lay everybody off. We need to cut. No, they do not do that. People go to work 9 to 5 every single day, work that 40 hours a week, regardless of what happens with the stock. It's got nothing to do with Target, the store. It's the corporation that didn't hit their target. So Betsy, you know, the cashier on register 1, she shows up the same time. Does she care that the stock dropped? No. She's going to put her 40 hours in. She doesn't care. Who does? Basically nobody, except for the buyers and the sellers on this particular day. So if you're into target at 155, market maker says, you know what, we didn't hit our target. Now I'm going to drop it down to 130. Are you buying or are you selling? Are you selling because you're panicking? Or are you buying because there's an opportunity to get a dividend king at a lower price? And then what happens? Well, she slowly goes back up again. That's a black swan. Who benefits from black swan? Most likely the market maker. You have to understand how the game is played. So every once in a while, when you see something like that, you know someone's getting a new addition to their house. 1.3 million for one day because we didn't hit our target. Come on. Anyway, let's get back to where we were. All right, so anyway, back on target. We're looking for a new bottom. That's it. Just keep your eyes open if you like target. But be wary of those earnings reports and the dividends, because some companies are susceptible to over-exaggeration the information. We didn't hit our target. Oh, what's panic? No. You go to the store on that day, nothing has changed. Okay, the dude mopping the floor, he's still mopping the floor. Okay, the ladies at the register, they're still at the register. Nothing has changed in the stores. The only thing that's changed is the market maker saying, you know what? I need me a new Lamborghini. Whatever. All right, so no to Target this week. Don't get me wrong, I love Target, I do. Wait to find the bottom. When she turns around, goes back up, that's when I will take a look at jumping in. So Target, I'm going to put on my list for next week because that bottom is probably going to show up sometime this week. Target. All right. So Ray, or is that Bay? Bay. Can you look up Rivian? You actually got to give me the ticker symbol. I've never traded Rivian before. It just doesn't fit what I'm looking for, but I'll look at it for you, and then I'll tell you no. No, I don't mean it that way. I mean, you like it. I'm sure there's a reason why you like it. I have a specific set of rules that I'm looking for. All right. I think I'm in the wrong button here because I have no questions over here, which is kind of weird. All right. Whatever. All right. More questions. Yep. What do we have here? Zim, Apollo Rocket of Love. Now, people ask me about Zim all the time. ZIM. Oh, nice setup. Did you see this right here? Okay. Now, when I say I look at the chart, a one-year chart, I'm looking for 5 things, and it takes me 3 to 4 seconds. Once you get good at it, you can do it too. It's not that difficult, 3 to 4 seconds to look for 5 things. Number 1, the high, that's easy. The low, that's easy. Where it was, that's easy. Where it is, that's easy. What's the direction? That's it. That's all I'm looking for. Where's the high? Where's the low? Where was it? Where is it? What's the direction? That's it. Then I want to go to the next step. The next step is the numbers. What's the stock at? 1462, 1462, 1462, 1462. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of think it's at 1462. Kind of. But what's the closest strike price to 1462? 1450. And it's offering 40 cents. Now, if you don't do math in your head real quick, that's over 3%. So do you like Zim? Do you want to own Zim? Well, let me check on something really quick on Zim. I always tell people, if you're going to be investing, have access at your fingertips, a financial website. I like Yahoo Finance. I've been using it for almost 30 years, and I've seen it progress over the years. I hate the fact that they change it every few years. Oh, let's change it up a little bit. Why don't you just leave the damn thing alone? It works fine. See, I had some really cool software. I created some really cool software to go into the data stream from Yahoo Finance, and it worked perfectly until Yahoo Finance decided they wanted to change things, make it look better. So once you change one little tiny thing, it changes this, the URL. And once you change the URL, all the software doesn't work anymore. It's like, I think they do it on purpose. Anyway, Zim. Let's put Zim in and see how wonderful their dividends look. Are they consistently profitable or are they not? So Yahoo Finance, Google Finance, whatever financial website you want to use is perfect. Okay. So they have dividends all the way back to 1980. No, they don't. To 1920, so to 2021. That's it? Only 4 years? Look at the numbers. This is why I tell people, why the hell are you investing in something? So who did this one? Apollo Rocket of Love. Okay, 2021, the very first dividend was $2. Then it went to $2.50. Well, that's good. That's a 25% increase. That's awesome. Then from $2.50, it went up to $17. Well, that's freaking incredible. So now we're at $17 this year. What happens next? Dropped it down to $2.85. I don't know about you, but if I'm at $17 and the very next dividend check comes in for $2.85 from 17, what is that, like a 98% drop? How the hell am I supposed to say okay with that one? Hold on, it gets worse. It does. So it goes 285, 475, okay, 295, 640, 23 cents. Hell no. Can this company not produce a profit consistently? Look at the numbers. 250, 17, 285, 475, 295, 640, 23 cents, 93 cents, $3.65, 317, 74. No. Sorry. I only like companies that are consistently profitable. That tells me that they know what they're doing and they're on track to be consistently profitable. They've only have dividends for 4 years. 2021 was the first dividend. When I say 2 decades, I'm going to apologize because you might not know what a decade is. A decade is 10 years. So when I say 2 decades, that's 20 years. This is 4. Does not fit. So you may like Zim. Okay, well, let's take a look. What's Zim going to do? Okay, here's your last 30 days. Okay, here's your top, 30-day top. Here's your bottom, 1 day up, 2 days up. Next day, there you go, if you like it. Right now at $4.50, 40 cents, that's over 3%, if you like it. I don't because they're not consistently profitable. See, I don't have the luxury of being wrong. JPM, I've been considering, Paul, JP Morgan. How do you get your name instead of your username? Well, when you sign up, because you're on TikTok, when you sign up on TikTok, they say, create a username. That's it. Create a username. And then you put whatever name you want to be called. Apparently, you want to be called user 1050 1030 16 130. Okay, what were your parents smoking when they named you? What's your name? 1030 50 30 1030 16 130. Well, let's keep on going. Okay, now that's extremely disrespectful. Okay, the username. I'm not even going to say it because it's disrespectful, so I'm not even going to say it. Hello, how are you? Paul, JP Morgan. Let's take a look at JP Morgan. JPM. Hell no. Now, Paul, ask yourself a question, Paul. All right? When is the last time? Anyone can chime on this one. This is a question for everyone. When is the last time you've heard someone say, you want to make money in the stock market? Look for a company and buy it at the absolute high of the year. And then just wait for it to go higher. It's at the absolute high of the year. It's not time for me. That's for me. It's not time for me to buy. It's a time for me to sell if I owned it. Okay, I don't buy anything at the high of the year. That doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, it could keep going up, but the bottom of the year is here at 200. Now you're at 308. That's a 50% increase. Do you honestly think other people that own it at 200? You don't think they're going to take their profits and say, hey, 50% profit, I'm out? That's what I would do. Nothing goes up forever. Kerry Dills, how are you doing today? C. Oliver, tequila. I'm not quite sure what that means, but okay. No, I know what tequila means. I'm just, why are you putting it up here? COCP, random account. COCP. What the hell is that? Crystal Pharma. No options, no thank you. Just puppies and rainbows. Can a small account with 1,000 start in this same type of trading? You are successful in covered calls. Yeah, you could. Andrew, inappropriate, but okay. Okay, so random account. You like it, fine. It has no options, which means you are strictly looking at flow. And this is $1.43. $1.43. There's no possible way this has 2 decades, 20 years of profits. Love watching and learning. Thank you, Jules. I'm entertaining. I sing and dance. Anyway, Solana. Hey, Donald. Isn't Solana a coin? One of those? I don't know. Is there a website? Yes, there is. I accidentally bought Riley as the market opened today. Oh, let's take a look at it. I bought some Riley today too. RILY. But I only bought to add to a position I already have because I'm okay with Riley. All right, so let's take a look. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Down, up, down, up. Okay. Does it make sense for you? All right. Well, currently it's at 648. The 650 is going for 34 cents. $6.50. What is 34 cents of 650? Well, that's almost 5%. Almost. If you like Riley. And that's always the big question. Do I like Riley? Now, I don't think Riley has dividends. I don't think so. I have no idea what they even do. Now, the only reason I bought it is because someone told me to buy it for them. Is what it is. But anyway, yeah, I buy it. Well, what's the big deal? Not for myself, for someone else. Misty Moon Suite. Good evening. Minchaz. Yep. Uh-oh, somebody wants to take a look at Exxon Mobil. Who's that? Paul, Exxon Mobil. Then we're going to go over to another website to look at some other questions from elsewhere. Look at two. Exxon Mobil and FedEx. Because we all know who Exxon Mobil is. Interesting, right? The high of the year, the low of the year. Where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. It's in an upward trend. Okay, it's at 112.35. So what's the 112 going for? 132. 113. No, that's not quite 1%. Because see, if I buy it at the current price, 112.65, and I sell the 112, I'm losing 65 cents. That brings this down below 1%. So no to ExxonMobil this week. Don't get me wrong, I love ExxonMobil. It's just the numbers aren't working this week. That's just this week. Okay, maybe next week, the week after. Don't know. FedEx. Is that you, Gates? Someone's in here making noise. It is Gates. Gates has a tendency to talk with not knowing people listening to him. How's it going, Gates? All right, FedEx. Simple to see, right? Here's the high, here's the low, up, down, up, sideways. That's what she's doing. She's going sideways for the past couple of months. Okay, fine. It's at 225. What's the 225 looking like? $9.40. If you like FedEx. All right, wait a second. No, after hours. It's actually trading after hours. It's at 228.99. So that's 229. It's still over 2 or 3%. If you like FedEx. So let's take a deeper look and see, is FedEx a good opportunity? So first and foremost, a year ago, 291. Now we have a double high for FedEx. Once in the middle of September, that was 308. And again in the end of October, 308.53. So right around 308 was the high. Hits it twice. A year ago, and then right there. Then she drops from 308 below 200. That's a 30% drop. Are you okay with a 30% drop? Remember rule number one, never buy something you're not okay with owning long term. So if you bought it here at 306, 308, and it drops down to here, 200, are you still holding, or are you going to panic and sell? A lot of people panic and sell. Well, rule one is never buy something you don't want to own long term. So why the hell did you sell if the stock went down? People say, oh, I want to preserve the capital I have. Good for you. You shouldn't have bought it in the first place if you're going to panic easily. Because if you can't accept the fact, and it is a fact, that stocks can drop 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70% in a year. There can be the difference between the high of the year and the low of the year, 50, 60, 70, 80%. And you have to be okay with that. Okay, this is a game for adults. There are adult consequences. You buy it at the high, which I never buy anything at the high. I like to think you guys understand that. Then she drops to the bottom. Okay, I love a bottom because that gives you an opportunity to make money. And what happened? Look, found the bottom, turned around, went back up again. They always do. Stocks only do two things. They go up, they go down, that's it. They go up until they're done. They go down until they're done. And then they turn around, go the other direction. All right, let's take a look. The bottom of the year was second week in April, 193. We're currently at 225, the last 90 days. Last 90 days is the last 3 months. Kind of gives me an idea of where the other investors think it's going. High, low, where was it? Where is it? What happened today? Big drop today. So no, I would not be jumping in until I found out, low battery. Low battery, let's play swappy changey with these cords. I need to give you another cord. I got one cord that doesn't work. Like, ask yourself a question. You got a lightning cord on an iPhone. The phone never moves, it stays stationary. So why does the phone cord die? I don't know, planned obsolescence, I guess. Anyway, so ask yourself the question. Bottom's here, she's shooting up, but today she's dropping. Why? Good question. Don't get me wrong, let's look at the last 30 days. Okay, it gives you a better idea of what's going on. 30 days ago, we're here. Dropped, shoot up, down, up, high here, now she's coming back down. Okay, the bottom is here, 222. She goes up to 232 before the profit taking starts. So it jumped up $10. Now, $10 on a $222 stock, that's not even 5%. So why did it drop? I don't know. I would like to find out before I jump into it. But if you like FedEx, look at the numbers. 228, 830. So let's see what it looks like on FedEx. Of course, if you like FedEx. Right there. The 227.50. Okay, one contract. Here we go. Ooh, check that out. Buy one, covered call FedEx, 100. That's the weekly. 19 September 25. That means this option is going to expire this coming Friday at 3:59 p.m. Now, options actually expire on Saturday, but as of 3:59 p.m. this Friday, you can't do anything else because at 4 p.m. trading stops. Well, the option don't expire until Saturday. I tell everybody, don't look at your account on a Saturday. Friday and Saturday, don't look at your account. I mean, after hours. Because the computers are all doing the computing and everything looks weird. Okay, because I got a couple of people, they panic on Saturdays. What's going on? Chill, wait till tomorrow. Chill, wait till Sunday or Monday. Because Saturday do all the calculations. So anyway, 855 is the profit. 22,000 is the investment. Now you might think 22,000 is a lot. Well, we're talking about FedEx. We're not talking about Joe's Pizza. FedEx is a worldwide company. Everybody knows who they are. So let's see what the numbers look like. So if the profit is $855 per contract, and each contract is costing me 22,000 bucks, that gives me a total of 3.88%. That's just a smidge below 4% for 1 week. Think about it. If 1% is 50% per year, 2% is 100% per year, 3.88, it's got to be at least 200% per year. Are you okay with that? That's doubling your money every 6 months if you can get 4% every week. I don't get 4% a week. I average 1.4. That's not bad, 1.4 every week. I'm okay with that. I'd be okay with 0.5%, but my goal is 1. Okay, I could live comfortably off of 0.5% per week, but no, my goal is 1% a week. It just sounds better. So 3.88. I'm going to write that one down. FedEx 3.8. Nice. FedEx. All right. All right, so I'm going to move over to this channel here and answer some of these questions. What do we have over here? Deidre, how are you doing, Deidre? Brentley, how you doing, Brentley? Deidre, hello. Accra. Okay. How about FWONA? It's Formula One stock. Okay. Also, I think you need to flip the camera image. Your wording is backwards. Flip the camera. All right, watch this. Accra. We're going to flip the camera. You ready? There you go. You get to see my curtains. There is no way to not flip the curtain, inverse the image, change the image. Okay, YouTube doesn't offer that. There's no way to. YouTube doesn't offer you an opportunity to inverse the image. So whatever the camera sees is what you're seeing, and it just so happens to be backwards. Anyway, let's keep on going. All right, so back over to here. Let's take a look at questions we have here. Terry Minchas, good evening. Jerry Gill, how you doing? Coxter, Neil, what's going on? Jess, hey, it's Dividend Stock Talk O'Clock. That's cute. Opinion on RR. So Jackson wants to take a look at RR. What is RR? Now, I know you probably understand what it is, but I have no idea what it is. Red Robin? I don't know. What is it? It's a no is what it is. Oh. Rich Tech Robotics. September, October, December, March. Those are months of the year. I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work. Okay? I don't want to get a check once a month. I want to check every week. That's plain and simple. I want to get paid every week, not every month. ENB for the win. Why is who is that? Big Brain. Oh my God, Big Brain. Why do you like that thing so much? ENB. And you think, with 20,000 to 30,000 people coming through every night, I wouldn't remember Big Brain always asking about ENB. Why the hell are we looking at it? It's at the high of the year. So you've been here long enough, so I'm going to give you a hard time about this, brother. Every time you come here, ENB. And I say no every single time because it's a monthly. It's at 49. The 49 doesn't even have a 49. The $50 is going for 5 cents. The stock is at $49. The $50 option is going for 5 cents. Well, what is the next one going for? 40 cents. And that's 32 days away. That's 5 weeks. So I'm getting I'm getting less than 1% for 5 weeks. Explain to me why you think that's good. Now, you might like Enbridge because you probably bought it down here at the bottom at 40. Now it's at 49. That's not even a 20% increase. Okay, but I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell you every single time you ask me about Enbridge. No. Oh, I got something who give me that. Victoria, oh, you're so sweet. Every night you give me something nice. That's nice of you. Let's go back to, where were we? Oh, missing all these questions. I got a lot of people asking all these questions. And I try to answer all the questions. All right, I'm going to bring my chair up over here and see if I get comfortable to answer some of these questions. Yeah, Chet said, is this pre-recorded? Yes, Chet, this is pre-recorded. Good evening. Where can I find a legitimate list of dividend kings and aristocrats? Gabriel, how are you today? Ooh, was that one? Image 222. Thank you. Gabriel. Google. I know it took me a while to come up with that one. Google. In the Google search, you write Dividend Kings List 2025. Then hit search. When that's done, Dividend Aristocrats List 2025. Search. Automatically pop up and somebody gives it to you for free. It's awesome. Or you can even ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT, what is the list of dividend kings for this year? Let's talk real stock talk for a second. What's your thoughts on upcoming FOMC? FOMC. FOMO Corp. No. Or I could say double hell no. What the hell are you thinking? Look at the price of this thing. 0.000001. No options. Now, I'm not a speculator. I like simple, safe, predictable, consistent returns. FOMC. Yeah. Sorry, no. Okay, and that's not my idea of real stock. Okay, a real stock, that is like what, it's like 1/1 millionth of a penny, or 1/1 millionth of a dollar. Hell no. Oh. Hey, y'all, it's me. Hey, Mima, how are you doing today? If I only have $100, I can work this strategy with penny stocks. No, you can't. Penny stocks don't have options. I hit the bid, said the ask. Do I need to wait till Friday to sell? I have no idea because I don't know exactly what that looks like. So you actually have to show me the trade itself because you never know. Dion, are options better than futures? You do know it's two totally different animals. Futures are raw materials that manufacturers use to produce products. Okay, options are nothing more than the opportunity to buy something at a certain price by a certain date. It's just the, hey, I like to be the first person to buy that once you're ready to sell it. Best guess, no pressure. Fixing stuff in Bama. Now, I'm going to apologize, fixing stuff in Bama. I'm not 100% sure what your question is because there's so many questions that pop up. I do stop the questions so they don't keep scrolling so I can at least see them, and I try to do one at a time. But sometimes some of the questions don't pop up because there are restricted words that I don't want to deal with. So it could have been that. RR stock advice. I don't give stock advice. Rich Tech Robotics. Okay, now I told you earlier, I only do companies that have a historical performance behind them. I'm not looking for speculation. I'm not looking to buy something and have it shoot to the moon and be set for life. That's not what I'm looking for. AS095009. This is a bot reposting. Okay, for your information, folks. All right. Thoughts on BTCI? What is BTCI? BTCI sounds like Bitcoin something. That's a monthly. It's going to be a no. Okay, now you may like it. You know, some people may be okay with doing monthly options. Not me, because, you know, I'd rather get Tap to Zaz. I think they are referring to the upcoming FOMC meeting. Well, then you have to tell me exactly what that is, because FOMC is an actual stock. Okay? Okay, what do we have over here? What? Hector, how are you doing? Sam, Ron says, thank you for Hugh info. Okay. Check TSLL. Ooh, Alex, TSLL. TSLL. Well, there you have it. I had a big jump today, and I actually own some of this stuff. Can you break down your week thus far? Yesterday, today? How much breaking down do you need? Yesterday I relaxed, hung out with the kids. Today I got up, did my trades, went to the dentist. That's my week. After that, I went swimming in the pool, had some lunch, took a nap, did some Sudoku puzzles. That's my day. I'm retired. I should be entitled to do whatever I want. But that's the breakdown of my day so far, on my week so far. All right, so TSLL. Here's your high, here's your low. Okay, shoots up, pulls back. Now she's going sideways, but the last couple of days she shot up nicely. Well, TSLL is directly related to Tesla, if you like Tesla. Now, I am coming to terms with investing in Tesla only because we can't escape it. Certain companies you can't. Now, those microchip things, yeah, I don't do those only because they don't have profits. They don't share profits. But there's always somebody that can just bump them off. Because Taiwan Semiconductors, they were number one. Well, all of a sudden, NVIDIA showed up. They're making chips now. Well, who's going to be making chips next to knock them off the list? That's a competitive industry. Always somebody there to bump you off. Well, there ain't anybody going to bump off Tesla. Okay, now the reason I say that, I mean, take a look. The guy makes rockets. He makes solar electricity. He makes electric vehicles. He makes robotics. He got that tunneling machine. Now he owns, what do you call it? The free market, freedom of voice, so you can speak freely. Okay, years ago, they would monitor your speech and there's certain things you couldn't say. Well, now, because of Tesla and the dude, you can say whatever you want and it's not monitored, which is the way it should be. Okay, freedom of speech should be freedom for everyone. You shouldn't be in fear for speaking your mind. And speaking your mind shouldn't get you killed. We all know where that's going, but let's take a look at here. Now, this doesn't have dividends. I don't think that has dividends. Does TSLL have dividends? I don't think so. All right, TSLL. I don't think there's dividends in TSLL. It does. Holy cow. But it only has 3 years. Okay? So it went 1.5, 3.6, 4.8, 4.2, 8.3, 11.3, 27.3, 12.5, 7.9, 8.2, 8, then 30. Okay. 30, then went to 14, then 8.4, then to 9. Not that great. But, if you like it, hey, more power to you. Can you break down? I already did that. Broke down my week. Thoughts on BTC? I already did that one. LP. What is LP? Unaha of meme coins. Good for you. Not even going to repeat that. What are we looking at? LP. What is LP? Liquid propane? I don't know. Nope. It's not even a symbol. LP. Can't find that symbol. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, thank you so much, Chet. You got it. Oh, dude from Iowa. Do people actually live in Iowa? I thought that was a rumor. But he wants international paper, IP. International paper is on my list. Okay, here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Looking for a new bottom. So don't get me wrong, I do like international paper, just not this week. But maybe next week. Because look, you got your 30-day bottom over here, shoots up, your 30-day high, she dropped, now she's looking for a new bottom. It could be today. It might come tomorrow, the next day, or the next day. So if you really like international paper, wait for the bottom to show up. And it will actually say, hello, I'm the bottom, and you have to figure out, do you want 1 day? Because see, look, here's the bottom here. 1 day the upside, 2 days, 3 days, and then she kept on going. Okay, well, your bottom is here. How many days in a row going up do you need for you to say, I think this is the bottom and I think now it's going up. That's a decision only you can make. Who are you betting against? Dude from Iowa. The money has to come from another trader. Somebody's losing. Yeah, that's it. It's the name of the game. It's a zero-sum game. Someone makes money, someone loses money. It's just the way it is. See, you buy something and then you sell it to someone else. Well, you bought it, now you're turning around and selling it to someone else. Same thing. It's called capitalism. And for those of you who don't like capitalism, I'm terribly sorry. But there isn't any other system that works like the one that's currently working. Okay, and it's not a topic of conversation that I want to get into. All right, let's keep on going. Chet, 3M. Ooh, that's a good one, Chet. Let's take a look at it. 3M, if you are curious, it is over 100 years old. It is a dividend king, which means it is consistently profitable for more than 5 decades. Now, it's not the right time to buy. See this right here? But you get the high here, the low, where it was, where it is, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now she's coming back down again. She hit the high just recently. Okay, 30 days ago. Down, up, down, up. Now she's coming down. Don't get me wrong, I love 3M, I really do. If you like it, keep your eye on it, Chet. When it comes down, it will find a bottom, turn around, and go back up again. That's a time to buy when you decide what that is. Because you get a bottom here, okay, 1 day, 2 day, and then it came back down again. Bottom here, 1 day, 2 day, 3, it wasn't the 3rd day, okay? Bottom, 1 day, 2 days, nope, 3rd day was a no. See, I'm very particular when I jump in because I want to make sure that I'm right more often than when I'm wrong. Okay, because I don't have the luxury of being wrong. Now, some of you guys who aren't retired yet, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, well, you can be wrong and you can still make it up before you retire. I'm already retired. So if I make a mistake and I lose a lot of money, I have to go back to work. Yeah, that doesn't work so well for me. Not that I can't. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm perfectly able to. But I've been working for over 50 years. 1974, 73, 74 was my first job. I retired at 59. That's, yeah, okay, let's not do this. All right, let's keep on going. Can you do rich tech robotics? Okay, Isaiah, we already did, and it was already a no. Sorry, dude. Juan, 89, how are you today? Tony Tiger, how are you? Cupcake Batter Official, how are you doing today? Thank you for that. That was nice of you. Alrighty, Christopher. James, on my computer, CMG is 3938. CMG. Okay, on my computer, it says 3858, 3858, 3858, 3858. That was the last traded price today. Now, it's most likely trading after hours, which means this is the number you're probably talking about, 49.48. Well, that's going to keep changing until tomorrow morning. That's after hours trading. Okay, we all don't have access to after hours trading. So to point that out, Christopher, doesn't really help us. But here's the thing. Here's the last price of the day. This is what the numbers look like as compared to the last price of the day. It's the equation. It's the mathematics that works. It either works or it don't. Tomorrow morning, all these numbers are going to change. But what's not going to change is the mathematics. What am I buying it for? What's the current price? That's going to be right here. Okay? What's the closest strike price? That's going to be here. What is that selling for? That's going to be here. It's either going to be more than 1% or it's not. Okay, so during market hours, these numbers change every 2 or 3 seconds. It will literally drive you nuts if you're looking to get the best price. Find a price you're okay with, take it and run. Because it keeps going over and over and over again, up, down, up, down, up, down, all day long until 3:59 p.m. Because at 4 p.m., everything freezes. It's like freeze frame. You know, remember that Jay Gals? Freeze frame. And everything just stops. And then these are what we're looking at for the rest of the day until tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. And then everything changes again. But the equation doesn't change. And the information doesn't change. What am I buying it for? What's the closest strike price? Is it an upward trend? Is it giving me 1% or more? They're all simple questions. Odom, how are you doing today? C. Siebert, how are you doing today? Yeehaw. Was that wait a minute. Yahweh. Okay. Calvin Hill's in the house. Apollo Rocket of Love. Zim, where he looked at. Abe does life. ITRI. What is that? ITRI. Itron Inc. Okay. September, October, November, December. Those are months of the year. That's called a monthly option. No. Taiwan Semiconductors. There it is right there. TSM. We just talked about that a little while ago. Hell no, I don't buy anything at the high of the year. Now, see, this boggles my mind. If you knew TSM was at the high of the year, why are you suggesting it? It's an automatic no, just wasting our time. What ticker is that? TSM, Taiwan Semiconductors. It's going to be a no, because why are you buying it at the high of the year? That makes no sense to me. Unless, of course, you live in trust fund and it's like money doesn't matter. Let's just buy it. Some people do that. Jamie, whoa. TF. It is. Wheeler Method, fool. Oh, did you get in on WBD? What the heck is WBD? WBD. Warner Brothers, hell no. That is definitely interesting. Check that out. Thursday she jumped. Friday she jumped. And today right here. So what do you think is coming next? Goes from 12 to 1950. So 12 to 1950 is $7. That is more than a 50% increase in 3 days. That's what these guys are talking about. Alrighty. What do we have next? Wayfinder. Dave, Wayfinder, you got to give me the ticker symbol. Yep, you know what I said, my man, Wheeler Method. Oh, bro, okay. How much return should I accept after I get your course? No. Don't be selling shit on my show, dude. That's just unacceptable behavior. Okay, you don't go to someone else's house and sell your own shit. What's the matter with you? Selling your own course on my show. How is Lulu? Okay, someone wants to take a look at Lululemon. Now, I don't do Lululemon because it's a relatively new company. They're not 20 years old. And they're at an absolute bottom now. If you like Lululemon, here's your high, here's your low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look, it's up, down, up, down. If you like Lululemon, look at where she is. Okay, the bottom of the year today. So not the time to buy, it's the time to watch. So if you like Lululemon, watch it. As soon as the bottom shows up, you have to decide how many days in a row going up to let you know this is the official bottom. Now she's retracing, going back up again. Because that's what they do. They go down and then they go back up again. And then they go down and then they go back up again. No, bro, I'm just talking about your course, man. Oh, what are you looking at for tomorrow's pre-market trading? I don't do pre-market trading. I'm not selling mine. Oh, Kohl's. Kevin wants to take a look at Kohl's. Just to let you know, Kohl's is one of my big producers last year. Made a lot of money on Kohl's. Well, here's your high. Here's your low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Down, up, down. That's what she's doing at the moment. Do you like Kohl's? Well, let's find out. The high of the year last year was 21.29. It bottomed out in April 601. So it goes from 21 to 6. 21 to 6. That's it's over 60% drop. 60% drop. But still, it was one of my #1 producers last year, even as it was dropping. Well, people say, how the hell can you do that? Well, you zoom in. Okay? I'm only trading 5 days at a time. Okay? Buy, sell. Buy, sell. That's it. Look for it to hit a bottom. And then she goes back up again. Look for it to hit a bottom. Then she goes back up again. That's what all stocks do, no matter what time frame you're looking at. Okay? Hits a bottom, shoots up. Hits a bottom, shoots up. It was one of my #1 producers last year, Kohl's. What are you teaching, Andy? Dividend investing for weekly cash flow. He's teaching on dividend stocks. Thank you. Did you get in on Meta? Why the hell would I do Meta? META. Okay, again, same thing. I don't know why it is people want to buy something at the high. Why is that? Can someone explain it to me? Okay, bottom's here, shoots up. Oh, let's buy it now that it's at the high. Why? Why would I buy something at the high of the year? It doesn't make any sense to me. All right, what do you think about long-term investing in blue chips and large caps with less volatility? Is option trading has only become the way of making profits? What do you think about the Indian market? Okay, I can't tell you anything at all about the Indian market. Nothing at all. Okay, I live here in the U.S. Investing in India, I don't know anything at all about, because I would need someone to educate me. I would need to go over to India and say, hey, what's the biggest, best companies that have been around for over 50 years and are consistently profitable for more than 20 years? It's the same dynamics, because India's been around for a hell of a long time. Okay, they probably have a stock market with companies that have been in business for a hell of a long time. I know absolutely nothing about their option market. Now, from what I understand, overseas, you can only exercise an option on the day of expiration. Well, what does that mean? Well, what do the numbers look like? There's a lot of stuff. I don't know anything at all about the Indian market. I know the U.S. market because I live here. All right, let's keep on keeping on. I got to give this guy some credit. Okay, some guy named Dividend Stock Talk, not me, is following me. So there are about 30 people, in case you're wondering. Okay, I find it flattering. People copying my stuff, using my images, saying, hey, it's me, send me your money. Yeah, I don't do that. So just to let you know, if you get an email, if you get a text, if you get a WhatsApp invite, a Snapchat, Telegram from me saying I get this great deal in crypto, yeah, that's not me. I'm here live every night. You want to have a conversation with me, send me your number. I'll give you a call. I will not ask you for money. I don't take money from anyone unless they are right in front of me. So if you want me to invest your money, you actually have to come to Florida. We go out, we hang out for a day, and we get to know each other and see, do I want to do business with you? It's actually that simple. See, I've been doing this for a long time. I don't need the money. I don't. I do this because I want to share what I learned over my lifetime. Because I think it is a sin to take everything I know to the grave with me. I'm in my 60s. How much longer do I got? Most of my family has died in their 80s, so I got about 20 years to go. That's about it. I got 20 Christmases, 20 New Year's Eves, 20 birthdays. That's all I got left. So yeah, I want to pass on what I know for my children, my grandchildren, blah, blah, blah. And for some of you folks, if you find it enjoyable and you actually learn something from it, great, awesome. I hope you do well. Now, a lot of you do well. Some of you think you do well and you make mistakes and you say, damn, I remember a couple of guys said, damn, I lost money. What the hell happened? Well, I didn't see what you did. Anyway, is there a website to learn? Absolutely, Minchez. The 10MinuteTrader. Okay. CoreWeave. Oh, JMF, thank you. Hey, can you do Costco? Why the hell would you want to do Costco? You got to be rich. COST. because apparently you got a lot more money than I do. Right? You're looking at stocks at $900, $960 a share. Look at the high of the year, $1,000 a share. That's for one contract is $100,000. $100,000. I'm not putting 100 grand into anything. Only one contract. Okay, so the 960 is going for 920, right around 1%. So I'm going to put $100,000 in to make 1% on this. It's still 1%, no matter how you look at it. I'm sorry, I was born dirt poor. I was. My mother was a single mom with 6 kids on welfare in the 60s. Okay, our rent was $165 a month. Think about it, $165 a month back in the 60s. But I don't do stocks over $500. It just doesn't make sense to me. Okay, I can get a 1% return on a $20 stock. I can get a 1% return on a $50 stock. I'm not going to buy a $1,000 share. No. James, CoreWeave. You got to give me this ticker symbol so that I can say no to you, because I know CoreWeave hasn't been around that long. Jeria, you want to look at SPX. Why the hell you want to look at SPX, dude? SPX. I know you like SPX, and I know why you like SPX. Well, let me see if I can enlighten you to something you don't know. Okay. Well, SPX has no dividend, so why the hell are we looking at it? Can you explain SPX? Lynn, if you had $50,000, where would you invest it? Now, Lynn, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I know nothing about you. Me telling you to do something would be a disservice to you because I know nothing about you. Okay, so my advice, drop your phone number in a DM. Don't put it here on the screen. Send me a message with your phone number. I will call and talk to you personally. We can chat, all right? And we can, because this is not for everyone. It's boring. It's monotonous. The returns are crappy. Who the hell wants 1% every week? And you actually put some effort, and you have to put some effort into it. 10 to 15 minutes a day. Well, now for me, it makes sense. 10 or 15 minutes a day, well, that's only an hour 1 week for 1% of what I have. Well, I've never made that much money in a week before, especially for what I do. I don't do anything. I take a look at the good stocks, dividend kings, dividend aristocrats, dividend champions, blah, 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 and I find out when are they trading? When are they having their dividends? Because stocks have a tendency to go up just before the dividends. So if I buy the stocks just before the dividends, sell a covered call against it, well, that's going in my favor. Because, we haven't done this yet, so let's do this. We haven't done this yet, so let's do this. Here we go. Okay, behind me, this is an EX dividend calendar. It's a calendar. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, blah, blah, blah. You know, first, second, third, fourth, blah, blah, blah. September 2025, that's this month. Today is the 15th. Coca-Cola and T. Rowe Price actually paid their dividends today. Or 4 dates you got to remember when it comes to dividend stocks, because that's what we're talking about, dividend stocks. 4 dates. The first date is what's called the dividend announcement date. That's when the company says, hey, everybody, my name's James. This is Dividend Stock Talk. This is how much money we made this year, and this is how you're going to get your share of the profits. It's the announcement dates. They tell you how much money they made, and as a shareholder, how much you're entitled to in the dividend. That's your portion of the profits. It's the announcement date. That's all. Say, hey, this is what we made. This is what you're getting. This is what they're telling you, the announcement date. The second date, this is the important one, the EX dividend date. That is the last day the stock trades before the dividend is paid, and that is represented by all these little green dots. So this morning, if you wanted to get the dividend on T. Rowe Price or Coca-Cola, you had to have bought it Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, any day before this morning. If you bought it this morning, there's a chance that you might not get that dividend. You got to buy it before the EX date. That's what the calendar's for. Coca-Cola, T. Rowe Price. Today, tomorrow, ECL. I have no idea who they are. But they get 25 years of increased profits. So yeah, it's a possibility. It's a contender. But you'd have to buy it today. Because tomorrow's the EX date. You don't get the dividend if you buy it tomorrow. All right, so that's 2 dates. Announcement date, EX dividend date. Date number 3, the date of record. Whoever owns the stock today, Coca-Cola, you own the stock Coca-Cola today, you are entitled to your share of the profits. And what is that? Coca-Cola? Coca-Cola, 51 cents per share. T. Rowe Price, $1.27 per share if you own the stock on Friday. If you bought it today, you might not get it because you got to buy it before the EX date. Hold it past the date of record. Then you can sell it. Date number 4, payment date. That's when you're going to get your money. 4 dates. How much we made, the deadline, who gets it, and when do you get it. That's it. Announcement date, how much money. EX date, you got to buy it before that date. Date of record, sell it after that date if you want to, and then the payment date. That's a dividend. So why do we use the calendar? Because stocks have a tendency to go up in price just before the date. So today was the EX date for Coca-Cola and T. Rowe Price. So if I wanted to buy that, I want to buy it on the 2nd, because there's no trading on Monday. The 2nd. So let's see how those both stocks look. Now, 51 was Coca-Cola and 127 was T. Rowe Price. All right. 10 days ago would have been Coca-Cola. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right there. All right. 10 days ago, the opening price for Coca-Cola was $68.96. The dividend was 51 cents, right? So $68.96 plus 51, hold on, calculator, $68.96, that's the opening price, yep, $68.96, plus the dividend, 51 cents, we now have an exit target of $69.47. Where's $69.47? Well, the high of the day is $69.34 and $69.46. Oh, look at it. You didn't make it. $69.46. Just missed it by 1 penny. Usually has a tendency to go up. Well, it did go up, but it didn't go up the full 51 cents. It only went up 50 cents. So what was the other one? T. Rowe Price, and that was $1.27. $1.27. T. Rowe Price. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right here. Okay, opening price was $105.95. $1.27. Don't even have to look. Look at this. Went up to $116. Had a tendency to go up equal to the amount of the dividend, if not more. It's a tendency. It's not 100%. Now, Coca-Cola did it, but it only went up 50 cents, not 51. This one, opening price is here, and it went up. Get in, get out. Why are you... never mind. Let's keep on going backwards. Where are we? Okay, so stocks have a tendency to go up just before the EX date. Not guaranteed. There's only 3 guarantees in life. This is not one of them. But it is an opportunity to have an odds and probabilities in your favor. Okay? All right, it's 20 of, so let's get some more of these questions out of the way. Never fails. Somebody always asks about SoFi. Matt wants to know about SoFi. Well, here's my opinion on SoFi. Okay, S-O-F-I. Okay. Here we go. SoFi Technologies. What do you think? There are no dividends for SoFi Technologies. So for me, I don't do SoFi. UNH, where did that one? Heidi, how you doing? Great. Grand Shooter, how are you today? Haircut Talk Show. Interesting. Rogelio Casas. Okay, oddly, can anyone message know the stock symbol of CareView? CareView? Never heard of it. Uh-oh, Jerrier Gill wants to take a look at SPY. Why the hell do you want to look at SPY? I always tell people, never buy something that's not consistently profitable. So let's take a look at SPY. You know, for the fun of it, because, you know, he wants to know. Okay, we're going to go back to 2005, because 2005 is 20 years. Remember, 2 decades, 20 years ago, SPY. Here we go, right here. May 18th. Jerrier Gill. Okay, Jerrier Gill, you ready? March 18th, 2025. 46 cents. 46, 48, 52, 67, 51. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't go to college, but I do know that 51 is less than 67. That means they didn't make much money this time as they did the time before, which means they went down in profits. You can't argue with that. Numbers don't lie. 48, 46, 48, 52, 67. Higher, 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 higher. 51, backwards. Argue all you want. Numbers don't lie. All right, 51, that's 06. 06, right there. Okay, 55, 65, 71, 77, 64. That's twice. It went down twice. 64, 66, 69, 71, 56. 3 times. 51, 4 times. 50, 5 times. 5 times, and we're not even in 2009 yet. And it went down 5 times. Hold on. It actually gets worse. It really does. You like SPY, I'm showing you the factual numbers. You don't believe me? Look them up yourself. They're factual numbers. So 5 times 2009 is 50, 59, 50, 59. 48, 6 times, 53, 60, 65, 55, 7 times. 62.8, 62.5, 8 times. 77, 2011. 77, 2011. 61. Oh, we up to 9 times? 9 times. 68, 77, 102, 69, 10 times. 69, 83.9, 83.8, 11 times, 98, 82. We can do this all night long. Okay, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, goes. It's not the stock price. This is the profits. Okay, a dividend is the portion of profits that they give back to us. If we're going to invest in SPY at $661 per share, the profits go up, the profits go down. So you make money this quarter, next quarter you don't. You don't make as much. So as someone on a fixed budget or a fixed income, okay, that's not attractive at all. If I'm making $1,200, $1,200, $1,200, $1,100, $1,000, that's going backwards. As I progress in life, I don't want my earnings to go backwards. I want them to increase or stay the same. SPY doesn't do it. But hold on, it actually gets worse. It really does. So we're going to go here, leave historical data, and go to the summary. Because the summary is going to give us the whole total for the year last year. So let's go check it out. The summary, give it a couple of seconds. It's going to pop up. You're going to see that this has nothing to do with me whatsoever. You can go to any financial website and find this information out. Okay? So who asked for this one? All right. I forget who asked for SPY. 1.1%. That's the yield, 1.1%. Now explain to me why you would pay $661 per share for something that averages 1.1% per year. No? Nobody has an answer to that question? No? Quiet? Okay. Let's go to the next one. So I don't do SPY because it's not consistently profitable. Okay, Bryce, BTCI. We already looked at that one. Okay, you want QQQI. QQQI. Bryce, here we go. Same thing. Look at this. Now, this is not as bad. QQQI is paying 13.9%. Okay, 13.9. All right, that's better than 1.1. So let's go to historical data to see what kind of profits QQQI is sharing. Give it a second, it'll pop up. It should be a lot faster. I gotta change computers out. Okay, historical prices right there. The dates right there. I want to look at the dividends. So I'm going to change this to dividends only. And then I'm going to change this to all of the information they have available for QQQI. And it goes to, wait a minute, it's got to be more than that. Maximum. Nope, that's it. The very first dividend for QQQI was February 2024. Well, am I reading that right? That's not even 2 years old. Why are you Bryce, why are you putting your money into a 2-year-old company? 59, 60, 58, okay. 59, 60, that's up. 58, that's down. 61.3, that's up. 62, that's up. 61, that's down. 64, that's up. 60, that's down. 61, 61.2, 62. Okay, fine. Okay, up, down, up, down. Sorry, I don't like companies that are not consistently profitable. It just doesn't make sense to me. But that's me. What the hell do I know? You should never listen to any bonehead on TV. That's me. Anyway, let's take a look at some more questions. NIO, Jerry Gill. NIO. Let's find out. Oh, check that out. No dividends. So if a company has no dividends, I'm 100% relying on, I have no idea which one to do. I'm 100% relying on looking at this stupid chart every day, NIO. I'm going to say the same thing to you I tell everyone else. If you know what the stock is doing, and you know it's at a 30-day high, or wait a second, 9-month high, last 9 months, it's at the high of the last 9 months. Why the hell are we looking at it? Because you buy low, you sell high. Why the hell do you want to buy high? What are you waiting for it to do? Go higher? The high of the year is right here. It's not that far away. It's only $1 more to go. All right, I'm going to say no to NIO because the numbers just don't look right. And I don't think they have any dividends. All right, roll. JP Morgan. So Paul wants to take a look at JP Morgan. JP Morgan. No. SIG, holy shit. Okay. How's Kohl's doing? Okay, Wildcat, we looked at Kohl's a little while earlier. Flywood, hello. Are you the author of The 10-Minute Trader? Yes, I am. I've written 14 books. All right, where were we? Where are we going? Where are we going? When we... wow. Okay, here we go. I caught up. Coin. Did you really ask for coin? Really? Coin. COIN. It's a monthly. I don't do monthlies. What about Oracle? Ooh, I like Oracle. ORCL. ORCL. Oracle. Hell no. Come on, if you saw that, why are you asking this? Look at this. Big, huge gap up. Big, huge jump. Okay? And look at the volume. I love to see what the market maker made on that day. Oops. Cords. Battery's low. Let's play battery swappy changey. Yeah, one of these days I'll get the stuff. Oracle. So, Bev, why are we looking at Oracle? It already made the move. See, the bottom was here. This is the time to buy. Let's zoom into that. Okay, you got your 30-day high over here, your 30-day bottom, okay, right there. 1, 2, 3 days to the upside. Okay, I jump on the third day. Okay, your bottom is here. Okay, you missed it by 4 days. You should have jumped into this last week. Why didn't you ask us about this last week? Because that was like a perfect opportunity. See, here's top, comes down, here's the bottom, 3 days up, 1, 2, 3. Jump in, and then look, right overnight, jumps up. Why are we looking at it now? Have you already talked about open? O-P-E-N? O-P-E-N? Hell no. Again, don't you guys pay attention to what you're looking at? Why the hell are we looking at it? It's at the high. You should be telling us about it right here. Okay, she jumps up, pulls back, now she shoots up. But this is going to be a no because it was less than $1 6 months ago. How can this have 20 years of profits if it's at $1 back in June and July? Hell no. I like companies that have consistency. That's not consistency. Goes from 50 cents, shoots up to $11. That's not something that's repeatable. It happens once in a lifetime for that company. Other than that, it's not consistent. It's not predictable. Madman for QDOL. Did we look at Dow already today? Now, I did buy some Dow because it's Dow. Okay, here's the top. Here's the bottom. Okay, she goes down. Now she's going back up. Here's the bottom right there. This is what you should be looking for. A company that's over 100 years old creating a new bottom and bouncing off that bottom and going up. Why are we looking at stuff that's at the high of the year? There's no opportunity there. Unless, of course, you like doing puts and selling short. That's not what I'm doing. I like simple, safe. See, the word safe seems to be what do you call it? Excluded from some of y'all's vocabulary. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent. Those four right there. Simple, safe, predictable. That's what I'm looking for. I'm 61. Now, I get it. Like, you all aren't retired. Okay? You're all looking to get behind the plate, swing, and hit for the fences. Yeah, I get that part. You're in the wrong place. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for consistency and predictability. You can't predict a move like that in those two last companies we looked at. This has been around for over 100 years. Okay? The high of the year is right there. The bottom of the year is right there. Okay? Here's your bottom right here. She shoots up, you got your profit taken, now she's going back up again. Or is she? Do you like Dow? The company's been in business for over 100 years. If I buy Dow, it's at 24. The 24s are going for 62. That's more than 2%. That's what I like. Company's over 100 years old. They make consistent profits. The product is something we all know. I grew up with the name. Well, Dow's been around for a long time. And if I buy it here, I sell this, I'm making more than 2%. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for once-in-a-lifetime opportunities because you can't plan for those. There's 10,400 companies. How can you possibly find a company that's going to shoot to the moon overnight with all the... No, that's for, in my opinion, that's for the younger, more adventurous crowd. I'm terribly sorry. I hate admitting it. I'm getting older. I'm 61. I can't do what I used to do. I mean, I could go to work first thing in the morning and work 8 to 10 hours a 14-hour day. But why should I have to? I've already put in a half a century. A half a century of working. 1974 was my first job. Well, we're in 2025. That is over 50 years of working. Why should I have to work? I earned enough money. I make enough money. I'm self-sufficient. I'm not relying on anyone else. I don't ask for handouts. I didn't even take any of those stimulus checks because the most expensive money in the world is free money. Because yeah, if you took that $1,200 check, did you see how much that's going to cost you? Really, they're giving you a $1,200 check. Yeah. What is it costing your children and your grandchildren? Take a look at the numbers. They printed all that money out. You divide it up by the taxpayers. Yeah, that $1,700 is costing like 20 grand in the future. Yeah, don't get me started on that stuff. I don't do pie in the sky. I like simple, safe, predictable, consistent companies that have been around, that have historical performance behind them. Okay, there's lots of other people out there online will show you the pie in the sky stuff. That's not what I'm looking for. I like the Lee family. Simply, safely, predictably, consistently, profitably. I love all the Lee family. I do. I even like Tommy Lee. Anyway, I worked for this guy named Tommy Lee once. It wasn't Tommy Lee the drummer. He was an architect and now he's renovating one of his condos. Anyway, DNP, thoughts on Lululemon call options. Okay, jury of the day. Okay, I don't do Lululemon. They have not been around long enough. They don't have consistency of profitability, and they're basically in a free fall at the moment. Okay, look at Lululemon. You got your high up here, dropping. Get the bottom. This could be the bottom. If you really like Lululemon, you've heard it. I don't know how many times you've heard it, but I've heard it over 100 times. Buy low, sell high. Make money stock market, buy low, sell high. You can't get any lower than the low of the year on a company that you like. I don't like Lululemon because they haven't been around. They have no consistency. All right, let's go find out exactly what kind of profits they actually share. LU. Give it a second, it'll pop up. Here it is, Lululemon Athletica. Oh, check that out. That is a growth stock. It is not a dividend stock. I don't do growth stocks. I'm not looking to grow my portfolio. I'm looking for my portfolio to provide cash flow so that I can live comfortably. Now, my account does grow a tiny bit every week. So if I make 1%, great, I pay my bills. If I make 1.2%, well, that 0.2% grows my account. Not by a lot, but I don't have very many bills at this point in my life. Now, some of you that are younger, you may want those fancy, shiny things. No, not me. I'm perfectly happy where I am. Okay, let's keep on going. What else do we got? Trixie, he avoids risky plays. Thank you. He prefers consistency, profitability companies. Thank you, Kevin. I'm going to agree with you. Lucid. Ahmad, why do you like Lucid? Let's go take a look at Lucid. LCID. Okay. I see it bouncing off the bottom. Here's your high, here's your low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down, down, plump. Here's the bottom of the year. Remember, I said I love the bottom of the year, and then she's bouncing off that bottom. Well, let's take a look. What does that look like? Now, remember, I like the last 30 days because the last 30 days gives me a good idea of where it's going next. Now, this should be easy for you to see. It's actually a lovely chart. Look, here's your 30-day high. Profit taking brings us to the 30-day low, the bottom, right at 15. She jumps up to 20. That's a 30% increase from here to here. $5. Well, $5 on a $15 stock is 33%. 33% profit taking yesterday, Friday. Now, could she be going back up again? She could be. If you like this company at $20. Well, at $20, it's going for 53 cents. That's more than 2%. So let's take a look. What does Lucid look like? Because that's good right here. 30-day high drops is the bottom. Now she's shooting back up again. And it's at 1984. I remember 1984. I had a blast in 1984. The boss, he was the man in 1984. Poison. A lot of them. Anyway, don't get me started. Okay, so 1984, the closer one is the 20. The 20 is going for 53. Let's see what that looks like, because that is what I'm looking for. It's not a tip. It's not advice. It's an observation. I'm showing you the chart. This is the last 30 days. Argue all you want. Today's the 15th. 30 days ago, that's the 15th. Drops, shoots back up again. It's factual information. You go take a look at any website you want. Okay, I like Thinkorswim. It's owned by Charles Schwab. I get no kickbacks or anything from it, not even a thank you. I didn't even get a Christmas card. Thank you for showing everybody how wonderful our site was. No, nothing. Okay, so I like the 20, so let's go out of here. Covered stock, the 20 right there. Let's buy just one contract right there. Let's see what we got. Here we go. Buy one covered call, Lucid 100. That's the weekly. 19 September 25. That's this coming Friday. Okay, so if I buy it tomorrow morning, 1997, I sell it to someone else for 20 bucks. That's not a huge profit, is there? Hold on. Work with me here. Everything will come into view once we're done. If I'm buying it 1997, selling it for 20, I'm not selling it for 20. I'm selling somebody the right to buy it from me at 20. So whoever buys this, and there will be someone to buy it, okay? Whoever buys this, they have the opportunity to buy it from me at 20. So what happens if the stock shoots up to like 30 bucks? Well, they have the right to buy it at 20. Well, I lose all that. No, I don't, because that's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is this right here. 73. That's the profit for one contract. One contract, 73 bucks. Remember when I said simple, safe, predictable? I know exactly what I'm going to make before I even do the trade. That way I can whip up my calculator and say, does this make sense? Well, let's find out. Okay, maximum profit, 73 bucks. What is it costing me? The cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, 1927, 2,000 bucks per contract. Okay, 2,000 bucks per contract. Divide 1927. Comes to a grand total of 3.7% for 4 days. Because Monday's already gone. So this is for tomorrow morning. Now, granted, keep this in mind, tomorrow morning, all these numbers are going to change. They are. But the equation stays the same. What am I buying it for? What am I selling? What's the profit? What's the rate of return? Take this, divide it by that, and it comes up to this. So now I can say, do I like this at 3.7? Yeah, I like it so much, I'm going to write it down for tomorrow. I got a money burning a hole in my pocket. LCID. What did that one? 3.7. Wow, we found 3 decent ones today. No dividends, though. Oh, okay. I knew there had to be something about it. So someone said that Lucid doesn't have any dividends. So that's something you have to take into consideration. Okay, it's offering 3.78%, but it has no dividend. So how do you know it's the right time to buy? That's a valid question. So how strongly do you feel about this company? Okay, the high of the year was right around 40 bucks. Well, now we're at 20. That's a 50% drop in price from the high of the year to where we are now. Okay, it's a 50% drop. Does it make sense? Even though they have no dividends, does it make sense to buy it? Because if and when it drops, what are you getting? Well, you're not getting any dividends. Well, that's one of the reasons I like dividend stocks, because they're predictable. They do the same things over and over and over again. That's why I like them. Because people always say blue chip stocks terrible because they don't move a lot. That's what I'm looking for. Consistency and predictability. You know, that Lee family. All right. We're at 11. Time is up. I'm going to go through the last questions. I'm not going to look at anything else. Tomorrow is another day, so let's do that. What do we have? Ooh, Jen Pinka. How are you doing today? Hertz. Love me some Hertz. What about Hugh? I'll have to take a look tomorrow. Wow, International Paper was 60 bucks at 97. Okay, I'm not buying on the information from 1997. I'm concerned about today, tomorrow, and what's going to happen by Friday. I have learned a lot this past year, and the strategy is working well for me. Jose, awesome for you, dude. Remember, Jose, don't get cocky. Stay focused, simple, safe, predictable, consistent. Okay, this may look good, but it has no dividends. Are you okay with that? Okay, Nissan, how you doing, Nissan? Thank you. You're welcome. Cody, when you sell options, do you have to buy 100 shares and own them, or just have money for it? Cody, you can sell the options without owning the stock. You can do that. However, that's called naked selling, and you have to be approved for that. And I think that's like level 3, level 4. Okay. Covered calls, you need to own the stock. Yeah, through a covered call, but you don't need to own the stock if you're just selling the options. That is called naked selling, and you need to be approved for that. And it's not that easy to get the approval, because to get the approval for that, you got to have a lot of money behind you. Oh, where can I find that calendar? Okay, Cody, that calendar comes with Thinkorswim. It's part of the platform. Okay, because wherever you trade, that's called a trading platform. Okay, now I wrote a book 15 years ago, 16 years ago, whatever, choosing the right trading platform for your desire. Yeah, Fight Club was a cool movie. Yeah, kind of was. Oh, Charlie, thank you. Give me some flowers. Okay, Jazzy, what platform am I using to do my research? Yahoo Finance. CLM, Kavanaugh, take a look at CLM tomorrow. Track tomorrow. Wolfpack, how you doing? 414, Jazzy, what do I think? Well, what kind of companies do you like? Jazzy, you ready? Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, and let's take a look at what Warren Buffett's got. Okay, Philly B. Oh, Phil Billy. MGPI tomorrow. I'm here at 9 o'clock. So 9 o'clock tomorrow, just, sign on in, ask whatever questions you want. You got to be quicker, though, because I got 9 channels, and it's hard for me at this moment in time to answer the questions from all 9 different channels. I try my best. Okay, so we're going to see how many questions we got. JEPQ, oh, hell no. Art of Homage. Did you even check out the numbers, dude? Seriously. Whatever financial website you look at, go take a look at how consistently profitable is JEPQ, and then go from there. There will never be a correction ever again. Boy, I don't know why you would say that. Salah, PG, Procter & Gamble, love it. CPM, Track, we'll take a look at it tomorrow. KP the Great. KP the Great, woohoo! Is that door open? Nope, it's closed. RCKT, no idea who they are. Thank you, Kavanaugh. All right, Jazzy, Dow Jones. Okay, is that the Dow, like the, what do you call it, the index, or is that Dow as in Dow Chemical? Okay, Surge 787, Google's only started paying dividends for the last 2 years. Now, I know they've been around for over 20 years, but they haven't shared any profits except for the last 2 years. Well, that doesn't work for me. But Dow cut their dividends. Terry, I'm aware that Dow cut their dividends. They have been in business for over 100 years. So you have to decide, because I think 3M did the same thing. But you have to decide. They have been in business for over 100 years. They're not going anywhere. Are you okay with them cutting their dividends? Okay, that's, it's one of those things. And why did they cut their dividends? Did they have a spin-off? Like half the company went that's like Johnson & Johnson. Half the company went this way, the other half went that way. Well, yeah, that's going to change the profitability because they split. Okay, 3M did the same thing. They split theirs. So part of the profit's coming from this side, part's coming from that side. When they were together, they were great. Well, now they split them, so part's going here, part's going there. And it's not as good as it was. CUDA, what's happening, CUDA? Uh-oh. 2C, 2Q, Sinlorocco. You are right. Thank you. I don't have kids. I can't help you out with that, kiddo. Okay, haircut talk show, you don't have kids? Nothing wrong with that. Okay, some people have kids, some people don't. My brother doesn't have kids. He chose that. My sister doesn't have kids. Okay, now there's 6 of us. So one brother, one sister decided not to have kids. But my other, no, me, my other sister, my 2 sisters, and my 1 brother, we all decided to have kids. Track, we'll take a look at that later. Thoughts on ELF? We'll take a look at that later. ELF, CUDA, has it been around for a long time? UNH, what do you think? We looked at that already. Hoax, fairly long. What stock gives weekly dividends? None. CLM, short the VIX. Yeah, you have fun shorting the VIX. I don't even do that. I don't play that game anymore. Ooh, Cuckster, tomorrow night we'll take a look at Pfizer. What chart is that? That is Lucid. Okay, Rolex driver. Never heard of that company. I'm not going to repeat it. Hoax, it seems too good to be true. Hoax, I have no idea what you're talking about. But okay, what is the ticker symbol for Lucid? LCID. What were the other 2 besides Lucid? Oh, no. Okay, I'm not falling for that because I don't give tips. I don't give recommendations. It's just something, it was an observation. I said it, I wrote it down. This is being recorded. So after we're done here, you can go back and watch it on YouTube. Do we get a summary of the 3 good ones? Annie, how are you today? They just did a reverse split. I have no idea who's he talking about did a reverse split. Can you go over SPY? Tomorrow night we can. Don't get complacent. Be prepared. Expect the unexpected. Ooh, Kevo, I like that one, Kevo. Yeah, don't get complacent. It's easy to make money in an up market. Okay, we already did RR. Lulu, we already did Lulu. What's your thoughts on Tesla this week? You have to catch me tomorrow. BA, that's Boeing. Catch me tomorrow. What are the 3 stocks you picked today? What's your thoughts on Tesla this week? I just making notes in the chat. Thank you. Who is that? Jazzy, thank you. Asho, what's your thoughts on Tesla this week? You already asked that question. Data, same thing. Good night, good night. Oh, and we're done here. Thoughts on QS as of current? We'll have to ask me tomorrow. What time tomorrow? Same time, 9 p.m. I'm here every night, 9 p.m., except for Friday night and Saturday night. Okay, I think I deserve 2 days off, Friday night and Saturday night. Thank you, Annie. Same time tomorrow. Same bat time. Same bat channel. Okay, what do you expect? Apple. Ooh, we'll take a look at Apple tomorrow. CRVW is CareView. Communication penny stock. Yeah, no, I don't do penny stocks. Hello, sir. What would you recommend to someone who is just beginner and wants to learn? Remy the Bulldog, keep coming back. Keep asking questions. Education is what you're looking for before anything else. Tyler. Yep, QQQI started trading in January 2024. Yep, got that one. Thoughts on ATRYR? Let's take a look at that one tomorrow. Looked at Dow yesterday. Okay, so did I. Mike Sweeney, why don't you put in market orders on a Tuesday? Well, I do, if all the numbers work. Lucid did a reverse split recently. Not a great company. Thank you, Tyler. Hello, sir. What would you recommend? Okay, we already did that one. Scared money don't make money. You got that right, Jackson. Alrighty. And Lizzie, you're welcome. Gene Gillis, how do you feel about SCHD? Dude. All right. Gene, you're relatively new here. My suggestion, just a suggestion, go into whatever financial website you choose. Take a look at SCHD's profitability over the last 20 years. Then take a look at what is SCHD actually investing in, and then compare the 2. If you do the same thing SCHD does, can you make more money than what they are offering? Take a look at the numbers. All right. You should like only the Mag 7. What is the Mag 7, if you don't mind me asking there, Mr. Jackson? Okay, so you guys over here on Zoom, catch you guys tomorrow morning. Have a great day, everyone. A great night, I should say. There we go. And meeting there. And we are done over here. Jackson, quick, before I turn it off. I'm starting to turn off the camera. So what is the Mag 7? You want to stop streaming? Yep. Bye, all y'all. And over here in Twitter. Bye, all y'all in Twitter. Jackson, going once, going twice. See ya. Hey, Jackson, so you like only the Mag 7. I have no idea what the Mag 7 is. Okay, I like over 300 different companies. So I have no idea. Oh, Tyler, Google, no. Meta, no. Microsoft, yes. Amazon, no. Nvidia, no. Yeah, well, good night, Annie. So Tyler says Google, no, they only have 2 years of dividends. Meta, same thing, 2 years of dividends. Microsoft, yes, over 25 years of increased profits. Amazon, no profits at all, no dividends at all. No. Nvidia, 1 penny dividend, hell no. Those are 5 of the 7. Thanks, Tyler. All right, so we're done. Y'all have a nice night. Bye, all y'all. See you tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat channel. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. Oh, no. I didn't want to do that.